Hello, hello. Let's go live. Let's do this. We're getting political again today. Because why not? Weird stuff's going on. Um, Sorry, I have a little bit of music playing made by my nephew, DB Soybean. Put up his little handle here. He's on SoundCloud, Spotify, and Apple Music. He makes really good beats. If you're looking for beats, come on up. Let me turn that off though. All right. How's everybody doing today? If you could just start tapping the screen if you're on TikTok. If you're on YouTube, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm trying to get some discussions going here. So yeah, my first topic is about both sidesing it. Who's doing it more? Ems, discuss this, L bro. Dude, I lost. I'm sorry. You already won, Ems. You beat me. Like, you don't even have to try, dude. Like, I'm done. I give up. Clip. I'll clip it. I'll clip it for my clip farming. You can clip it. It'll be on YouTube. So if you ever want to catch it, it's on the Deconstruction Junction YouTube. Ems always cleaning up on me, man. And I'm not even Muslim. And you're just like, boom. Other than that, how's everybody doing today? Please, like I said, like and subscribe. If you're on TikTok, tap that screen, share it out. Did you take permission on the live stream there? I don't think I did. I don't know, Ems. I'll have to check. There's been other people kind of at the wheel with the YouTube channel and the Discord. So I'm not quite sure what all the permissions look like at the moment. I was kind of dealing with my dad had some heart stuff and my mom had some cancer stuff, but I can look into that for you. Just remind me or send me a message on like Discord. Because yeah, if you want to, no, it's all right, man. They're doing better. Well, my dad's gonna be having big like bypass, quintuple bypass. Hey Nick, surgery. So yeah, coming up here next week. But I took time off. I'll be able to, go on and bring him over to the hospital and do all the things. So I'm not too worried about it. My mom, she's done with chemo. Thank you. Yeah, I hope they get better too. So she should be, getting checked here on the 6th to see if she's going to be in remission. Hopefully we're, crossing our fingers. We're not praying, but crossing our fingers there and hoping that she is in remission so I don't have to, worry about that half of my parents. It was what type of cancer? It was large B cell lymphoma. Uh, so she was put on the R-CHOP chemo cocktail, and yeah, it seemed to work. So good for her. She rang the gong because she finished her chemo, but I'm not sure. Her scans and everything were showing that she was, looking like she was going to be in remission. So things look like they're on the up and up. For anybody tuning in, there are a few ways that you can join as a guest. You can join as a guest on TikTok by clicking the little request button. It's a little pink and blue person in the bottom left or right corner. Otherwise, if you're on YouTube, you can type in tinyurl.com/deconjunk. I will be able to get you up. Let me actually pull up my little dashboard for that. Please mute and wait for host. Okay. All right, good there. Enable. That's fine. That's okay. All right. All right. Well, so how's everybody doing? I know yesterday I was alive for a little bit. I was talking about the whole Alex Preddy thing, and ICE, and why I don't quite support what's going on with what ICE is doing. That isn't to say that I don't support, immigration reform or, like, I'm not saying that we need open borders or that illegally or undocumented immigrants need to be here. What I'm saying is that we have done immigration before, and it was never like how it is right now. Like what's going on in Minneapolis is wild. I'd be better if I wasn't left living next door to the 1930s. Yeah, seriously. Like the Gestapo, and that's exactly what I'm talking about. Like when it comes to immigration and what's going on in Minneapolis. But today I wanted to start off with perhaps an easier topic to discuss. We're not debating really, just kind of trying to get a feel of how everybody else thinks when it comes to the Republican Party, the Democratic Party. A lot of people say wings on the same bird, and that it's both sides of the coin. It's they're both just as bad. This, that, and the other. So I would like to hear what your arguments are about. Why is it both sides, and can you give me examples from both sides? That's what I'm really interested in. So yeah, if you're on TikTok, tap the screen, share it. Let's get some discussions going. In the meantime, I will try and chat with chat. Let me pull up my YouTube one. Where did that go? YouTube Studio. Probably got people flipping out in the chat already there. Am I a Trump supporter? No, I'm not a Trump supporter. Yeah, so if you want to talk in chat, I will try and engage with chats to the best of my ability. But like I said, it would be a lot easier if you just called in. I do have ways to call in. You can either go to tinyurl.com/deconjunk, or you can join through TikTok by joining as a guest, and I will bring you up that way. All right. Oh, looks like we got somebody here on TikTok. Hello.
Yeah.
All right. Hi. How's it going? What's
Yeah.
your thoughts? And actually, can I get your name, or sorry, your age, and uh, what like political affiliation you might be?
Yeah. I'm 27 years old, and I'd say, like, I don't have a party in
Okay.
Democrats or Republicans.
Okay. Yeah, I
And
should. Yeah, that probably makes more sense if it's both sides, right? Yeah, So,
yeah.
yeah, what's your
Are
thoughts on
you're
that?
a Democrat?
I would say that I lean left. I don't know if I want to identify as a Democrat. I don't have any kind of faith right now in the leadership of the Democratic Party. I think that like people like Chuck Schumer, Cory Booker, uh, and everybody else, Jeffries, they're all just kind of milk toast. I think that Bernie Sanders and maybe AOC are kind of cool because they actually stand like 10 toes down on what they stand for, whereas we're getting a lot of like there's not really any values that I see from a lot of like Democratic leadership. I also see a lot of alignment with like Israel. And I don't really
Mhm.
support what's going on over in Israel and in regards to like Gaza.
Yeah. That's that. What you just said there is very similar to my position is that Kamala Harris, she met with Netanyahu on the campaign trail.
Right. Bad move. Bad move. I would say that that might have like done it for her, for a lot of the people that like, protest voted or didn't vote at all, or they voted for
Hmm.
maybe like a third party, was they saw that they did not support her, not having a stronger stance on what's going on over there. And that was not a good move. So
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. I don't know if I would say that Kamala Harris, if she was president, that we would be dealing with some of the stuff that we're dealing with right now. I don't know if Trump was a better pick. Actually, I would say firmly that no, Trump was definitely not a better pick. I would say that
Really?
that Harris was definitely a better pick than Trump. Just as far as like status quo and keeping things kind of boring. I don't think that what Trump's doing with tariffs and the economy and well immigration, like I don't think that he's doing a very good job. Obviously,
Well, I would say that I actually am. I actually do want immigration enforcement. I don't want. It's inhumane right now. They're killing people. I
right,
don't support that stuff. But I do.
right,
I do think that we need to have deportation. schedule. I think we need
Right.
to have a
So,
deportation.
and I think that with if Harris was in office, the deportation would have been like just as much as like Obama was doing it, as much as Biden was doing it. I hear the argument a lot lately that the like Obama administration, also had Tom Homan, or was it Biden? I can't remember who else had Tom Homan, but they had, up to 1 million within the 12 year or 8 years that Obama was president that they deported. And there was like plenty of people that were deported under Biden. I don't understand why we are like surging cities with like thousands of immigration enforcers that are. I was just reading that some of them only have like a 42-day training, and I think there's like a step up that gets a little bit of a longer training, and that's concerning to me because I think that like how the two deaths that we've seen now of U.S. citizens, they could probably chalked up to just really bad like communication and training.
Well, yeah, maybe, but at the same time, a lot of these people are like interfering. You can protest, but they're actually getting very close. Like they're getting like very, very close to these officers. That's not really allowed. I've watched a lot of police interaction videos. You're allowed to protest from a distance. You're allowed to record from a different distance. You're allowed to noise make, even have noisemakers on the sidewalk. That's public easement. That's free speech. But if you look at the video, they're actually like going really far. I mean, the protesters like have no boundaries.
Yeah,
They have no physical.
I've been hearing this argument too, and my first place that my brain goes when I hear this argument is ICE shouldn't be there. Like, what is ICE doing with 3,000 agents in Minneapolis, other than like as like this kind of weird flex, if you will, for the administration to basically target Ilan Omar and the Somali population, and basically show this like kind of muscly like pushing around that they're doing, and it also kind of falls in line with like what was written out in Project 2025 that was saying that basically they want to turn up the heat, they want protests to build up, kind of like what Black Lives Matter was doing, so they can then go and enact the Insurrection Act. And I mean, all of this is falling into place. It's been falling into place just like that for the last, I don't know, year. So I I would say that ICE shouldn't be there. So what I was saying to
Really?
a couple people yesterday is I used to work in a jail that was an ICE facility. Like we would hold detainees from the Midwest all over multiple states. And what would happen with these detainees is they would, commit a crime, or they would get pulled over. They wouldn't have ID. They'd get, picked up, and they would be brought to the jail. We would hold them. They would, deal with their U.S. related crimes, or holding and all of that. Pay their bonds or pay their fines or sit their time out. And then after that, ICE would, or sometime around there, ICE would put a detainer on them. So once they're done with everything, then they would run through the ICE system. And if ICE thought it was prudent to, deport them, they would come and pick them up. Usually it was like once every 2 weeks. We wouldn't be given like an exact day. It'd be like maybe 45 minutes before they were going to come. They'd say, hey, get all these people's property ready, get their money ready. Uh, and two agents, it'd just be like two ICE agents, nice guys, would come. Hey, Zach. And they would uh, transport these detainees and bring them onto the ICE plane and then fly them out wherever they need to go. It'd be at Guatemala or El Salvador or Mexico, like wherever. And for the most part, I would talk. I'd be face to face with a lot of the people being deported, and the general like gist that I would get is, they were like, you caught me, screwed up. And they're like, I kind of deserve this. And it's like, yeah, like you fucked up. And yeah, so deport. I'm really not against that. I think that there is a proper process to get into the country legally. I think that it could be fixed. But for the most part, we've been deporting plenty of people In fact, higher numbers than what we're deporting now, and we never had to have this like presence that is in these cities like Portland, Chicago, uh, Minneapolis, uh, and these are like in blue states. These are blue cities or whatever. I mean, all cities are basically blue, but it
But
just
they're
seems
they're
it seems
hubs,
targeted, right? So
but
like,
they're hubs of migration. They're
yeah, okay,
sanctuary cities.
yeah, yeah, New York. I'll agree with you
So
on
they're
that.
target rich environments,
Sure,
in other words.
but what I'm saying though is that we've been deporting more without the need for this like circus of ICE agents coming in, going door to door. Like that's fear tactics, right? That's like straight up out of like, mustaches man's hair like playbook. So I
I
don't
don't think
understand.
Obama, in the first year of Obama, I don't think he was dealing with these sanctuary city laws where you wouldn't have local police cooperating. That where local police would pick someone up,
Oh no, no,
and
no.
then if they're documented,
I was working at the jail at this ICE like facility during this time. It's been like that since ICE has been put into place since like 2001. So like they just put a detainer on you. So like what that means is that once your name pops up in the system and they run you through the NCIS, which is like the National Criminal Investigation System, uh, that's when then they would run you through ICE. Usually it would take about 2 hours. If it didn't like go through, then they would have to let you go because, like legally you can only hold people for so long. So if they didn't put an ICE detainer on them, they couldn't hold these people any longer after their, uh, you know, stuff with the U.S. Criminal stuff is dealt with. So yeah, it's been like that for years. I mean, like I worked. It was what I started in 2014, I believe, and by then we were already, like it was already a very very smooth system. And
well,
yeah,
yeah,
it,
don't
it
you
was
think that
local. It was
when you have
locally
non-cooperation,
enforced. What's that?
well, I'm saying that when in like Chicago and Minneapolis, you don't have cooperation from local, their local jurisdiction.
Like
They
PD?
don't send, they don't collaborate their police records with you. They don't collaborate.
Well, no. What I'm trying
I'm
to tell
sorry,
you is that when they run your name, uh, like they would then check like your immigration status. Like you would probably have to break a law and have to come in with charges. I do believe that there were times where, like if their immigration status was questioned and they didn't have any like form of ID, then yeah, they could be held, just on like a hold because they can hold you up to like 48 hours. And within that 48 hours, they can then contact ICE. So like I said, there's processes that were completely fine, and in when we had these processes the way they were, they're still going in place. They're just like not as I'm sure that the local PD is like, yeah, well, there's ICE agents now. They can go deal with all of that. Where I'm not going to worry about it. So it's just like backwards to me to be putting more officers than some of these cities even have, like compared to their whole law enforcement, like police force. Like in Minneapolis, there's only 600 officers that do all of the law enforcement for the metro area. But there's 3,000 agents right now with ICE that are in that city. And it's called, Operation Metro Surge, where they're sending all these ICE agents in, and it's creating havoc. It's led to the death of 2 U.S. citizens. Whether or not they're, who's ever responsible, that's like a nil point to me at this point, because
Well, then
why
wouldn't you
is ICE
consider the
there?
causal? Well,
What's
wouldn't you consider I think they have to do these kinetic deportations because they don't have cooperation from the locals. I believe that's from my understanding. I think that's the rationale that they're using.
and I'll
And
just speak from lived experience here. Like when I was working with ICE, all of that was kind of done on the back end.
are
So
you did you work in a sanctuary city?
I not really a sanctuary city, but like all immigrants that were in the like Midwest, like all of the Midwestern states, they were brought to my facility that I worked at.
Okay, then I think maybe that's the difference. Is that in a sanctuary city, there probably is a lower level, probably no cooperation. And the reason I say that is because I'm just inferring that because the Minneapolis mayor refused to send in police of ICE because he said, "Oh, we have laws on the books. We cannot cooperate with ICE." So And ICE was trapped by protesters. And he just refused, citing the laws. That's how deep and thorough those laws go. So,
Yeah, and
yeah,
here we go though. Like, okay, so now we can talk about, is it necessary? Because, like I said, if they are getting, pulled over and like for a speeding ticket, and they don't have ID, they'll get brought in, right? And then it can be dealt with that way. They don't have to do these raids. That's what I'm saying is like they could, if somebody maybe like does like a whistleblower type of thing and calls in like maybe a meat packing plant and says, hey, all these undocumented workers are working at this meat packing plant, then yeah, they could probably do a raid, or say they say like there's unhealthy conditions within this house because they're holding all these people, and it's akin to, human trafficking or something. Sure. But as far as like this kind of boogeyman, like, oh, they're all criminals and rapists and murderers and this, that, and the other, it just doesn't ring true to me. Cause like when I would be even processing these people for ICE that were like actual criminals and stuff, they weren't that bad. Trust me. The worst of the worst were definitely citizens. So I just think that there's this kind of like straw man that's going on. I personally have never had an issue with an immigrant or a legal immigrant. I've never been, like, I've never had my life made any kind of harder because of it. And I would say that that's probably something that most people would agree with. I don't understand where the problem lies.
don't you think of fraud? There's a lot of fraud that's happening,
Fraud
especially in Minnesota.
that's been dealt
They
with.
said, no, but they said there's like not, no, they're investigating now. There has been dealt with, but there's more. They estimated it was $9 billion of fraud, estimated fraud from child care services,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well
yeah.
as,
No, and it has been dealt with. There was a ringleader, a white lady that what was her name? Bosch. Uh this was all handled in 2024.
no, I think there's more leads, is what I'm saying. I understand that
No,
there's
the
the
what you're talking
feeding
about, like
kids,
with the
feeding our future.
like with
Right.
what Nick Shirley was trying to expose, that was already dealt with. So I don't understand. Like this is more just kind of like riling the people up, which is what the Schnazis did. It seems clear to me that there's something else going on here, and it seems more like that they're trying to create a common enemy. The fraud that I see is happening at way bigger scales. I don't even care. 9 billion. That's a drop in the bucket compared to like what Trump himself is doing with like cryptocurrencies, like pump and dumps, while he's taking $100 million planes from Qatar. There's all kinds of fraud that's going on, but everybody wants to like hyper focus on this one like super specific thing, that a group of people that were mostly Somali, it was not all Somalis, it was mostly Somali people, and it was ring led by this white lady. uh that's what everybody wants to focus on. And
But look at the
it's a very
participation.
clear use of
How
like
many
social
families signed
media.
up?
What do you mean?
In the fraud, there's a lot of, it required a lot of families to put their names down, to vouch, to say that they were having their kids go there. And
Yeah,
what happened, they would get paid off. They would get a kickback. I was
also,
like watching a video who explained it.
and we
And
have ways to deal with that, right? Like in fact, what's interesting is that the Republican Party has largely been platforming deregulation of like banking, and like grant systems and the way that like public funding works. And it's interesting because if they do deregulate, that just allows for more fraud, like what they're complaining about, like whether it's from citizens or non-citizens. So like if we really want to tackle fraud, you would want to be for more regulations when it comes to like how banking works and how they how their money is being watched. Like didn't Trump like fire like a ton of IRS agents? Why would you do that if that's how you're going to catch the fraud?
well, the fraud is by the state government, and then all these other. And what actually happened is the reason that the state government didn't catch the fraud is not because of some inefficiency there. It's because they threatened the feeding our future threatened a racial lawsuit against the agency, against the prosecuting agency. And what happens is the prosecutors like, oh, we don't want this bad press. They found the fraud, but they backed off. And so that's what it's I think the whole problem is that people are honestly, I think kind of like you're doing this a little bit. You don't want to acknowledge that there's a lot of immigration fraud happening, and that actually is a serious problem. That's like one of the huge causes of our societal
No,
decline.
I'm trying to say that there's a lot of fraud, period. I think it's silly to like hyper focus on just immigration fraud because that is like it's disingenuous, right? If you're really against fraud, not to mention, like chat is saying, they were U.S. citizens. You know, like all these Somali people are considered U.S. citizens. They've been U.S. citizens since the 90s when Somalia was, you know, they had a refugee program that brought over tons and tons of Somalis. So what I don't understand is how you could turn a blind eye to the actual fraud that's going on, like say with Trump. Like the guy has like broken the emoluments clause I don't know how many times, but that's fine. Meanwhile, you know, if a an immigrant were to be committing fraud, then it's like send in the troops. Hey
No,
Dougal.
I think it's all bad. I think Trump is. I agree with you that Trump is very corrupt. Um, but also, I think we have to say both are bad. I should say
Sure.
both are bad.
But what I'm saying
Okay.
though is that why would you fire all of these IRS employees if you are all about catching the fraud? It seems to me that the fraud is not the problem that everybody actually cares about. It just happens to be something that they can bat them over the head with, like a rolled up newspaper. Uh, it's more so that we have immigrants, and people don't like that. And that's probably from years of, you know, being told they're taking your jobs. I mean, that's an age old thing. I remember old episodes of South Park making fun of that, like, you know, wording. And
I'm a child of the 80s, and they were saying that then.
right, and well, they said that even before with black people when they were coming out of slavery. This was also done. Oh, did he leave?
Looks like it.
Runner. My point here is that it doesn't seem like they're really holding true to the both sides argument. I'm more than willing to like trash the Democrats when it comes to stuff like fraud. And yeah, maybe Tim Walz and the administration in Minneapolis and Minnesota, oh, he had to go. Should have been cracking down more. Sure, that happens. Like fraud happens. But if you really cared about fraud, then you should care about all fraud.
Great. The hypocrisy that I keep finding, like a matter of fact, had I not canceled the lives I was doing this week, that was going to be one of my topics. Is the hypocrisy of MAGA's law and order or stances. It's like you're like mad about fraud from all the Somalis, yet it was a white lady who ran it, and you all don't get mad at Trump's 34 counts of fraud.
Hold on. I had somebody that was on the link. If anybody's on YouTube, if you want to call in, you can go to tinyurl.com/deconjunk. I will be able to get you in. Sorry, I was talking to another guest there, so it looks like you dropped out. But also, you can join up if you want on... Wait, did you leave too? Are you there, Dugald?
I'm here.
Okay. I was like, where'd he go? It's just TikTok being weird. But go on. What were you saying?
But basically, I was just saying, like, the hypocrisy that they have is it's kind of crazy because they bitch about fraud because it's Somalis, but fraud is literally what Trump was charged 34 times with. They aren't mad with that.
Yeah.
They
Perfect
they're
point.
mad about immigrants, but Trump's wives have been immigrants.
Just the crypto coin pumping and dumping is such like blatant fraud.
Right. That's the other thing. They get mad about Nancy Pelosi doing stock trades, but yet Trump's allowed to make his own Bitcoin to turn around and sell to scam people with.
Right. And you know what? Like Nancy Pelosi and the insider trading, lock her up. Whatever, investigator,
Right.
deal with it. Her husband's like a venture capitalist though, so like good luck with that because I'm sure he's got a ton of lawyers. Uh, Also, they were trying to say the same thing about Ilhan Omar, where they were saying, basically she started off with, such and such money, and now she's like worth over $10 million, and it's like, yeah. When you get famous, you can get book deals, you can get speaking deals, you get all of these different things. There's lobbyists, there's all of that going on. If you really cared, then you would want to like shut down or end uh, Citizens United. You'd take the money out of politics.
Yeah, that's exactly it. They it's this idea that you can if just because you think one side committed a wrong, you're allowed to do a wrong as well, and that somehow justifies it, makes it okay. It's like,
Yeah.
but these are the people that tell you two wrongs don't make a right. But yet their whataboutisms are all about, well, if you're mad at Trump for doing this, then why aren't you mad at other people? It's like, we are mad at those other people. Those other people aren't in power though.
Right. Exactly. And I would be saying the same shit, with any kind of fraud that I knew about. Shit, what's Eric Adams? He was committing fraud. There was what's his name that had the gold bars that were like that had his name on it or whatever. He was committing fraud. Lock him up. Investigate these people. Get them out of there. Vote them out.
Right. It's this idea that we worship our politician and want to protect them. No, I don't give a fuck about these people.
Right. And that's
They
how
did some shit. Throw them in the water for it. Throw them in hot water for it. I don't care.
and I don't like to be labeled as like a both sides person. I definitely think that one side right now is much, much more guilty in disrupting and making our, economy terrible, making the like overall morale of the people just awful. That it definitely leans much harder on another side. I will say though that like most politicians that I know about are, pretty much worthless.
Right.
If it
And
is,
all the,
yeah, go on.
it's the same thing with this talking point of, oh, well, that protester should Alex shouldn't have brought a pew pew to the protest. And it's like, y'all praise Kyle Rittenhouse.
Well, that's why I had this background. Hold on. Let me see this one. So this is my mega. Let's discuss the double standard background, which is this is January 6th, right? We have reports, confirmed reports, named people that were at the riots on January 6th that were carrying firearms. They were literally beating officers that did end up unaliving. He was holding a firearm legally in a holster that was not out. He did not have to tell anybody that he was holding that firearm unless they asked specifically. There's specific laws in Minnesota law that lay that out. But yet these guys are labeled as peaceful protesters. He is now being said that he was a domestic terrorist and that he deserved it. And that double standard right there makes absolutely no sense to me because they were literally beating these officers. So if you're telling me that since he touched this officer with a handgun holstered, then why wasn't January 6th like a mass grave?
It's weird. They show us every day that they don't mind. This is the don't tread on me crowd, but they tell us all the time they don't mind being treaded on. It's just a matter of which old white guy is doing it.
Right. And then it's like, tread on me harder, please.
Right. Trump is doing it. They're like, please do it. Biden just suggested, the CDC under Biden suggested masks, and everybody was, don't tread on me. I'm so upset. How dare you?
Meanwhile, Kristi Noem's like, everybody should be willing to show their proof of citizenship, basically saying everybody needs to be carrying their papers. And that's another
Okay,
thing
stop her,
that
bitch. Like, what?
that they were all upset about. DC, are you there? Hello? Does DC show up above you? He's been
He
quiet.
does.
Are you there, DC? Maybe he doesn't know that he's up.
DC.
I'm gonna drop them just because it was bothering me. I didn't know if TikTok was screwing up or not. Either way, people on TikTok, please tap the screen. Let's share this out. Let's get some discussions going. I have a few things that I wanted to talk about. I do want to be live for a few hours. I want to start going live more. Was not going live there for a while. A lot of stuff was going on. But I want to talk to people and I want to get some discussions going. It's not necessarily a debate, right? We can talk like adults. How you doing, Dugold?
I'm okay.
Yeah. I mean, other than like the overall state of the world seems like wild right now. I've honestly gotten to this point to where it's like nothing surprises me. I'm not even surprised.
I'm not either. We've been screaming from the rooftops that all these things are going to be happening for quite a long time now. So why anybody is shocked, I don't really get it. Because I'm like, we knew this was happening a long time ago.
I agree, Matthew, that Alex Preddy's was a little bit more was more questionable than Renee Goods. I would say that Renee Goods might be more questionable just because there was the plausible doubt that she may have been, driving towards him. Like there is that intent is hard to kind of nail down, where Alex didn't do anything that I saw as like that would be considered assault. Nothing close to this.
No,
I mean, these guys are like literally beating them with their own batons. Like what?
Like, he literally was like, "Hey, lady, I just saw you get pepper sprayed. Let me help you up."
Right.
And they're like, "No, pepper spray, tackle, beat, and then pew pew." Like, what?
Well, yeah, and then it was like pew 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 pew, even more, while he was
while
lifeless.
One claps off to the side.
Right.
The one clapping really pisses me off. I want that one found more than anybody. Well, obviously I want them all found, but I really want that one found.
Well, and that's another point too, is like with the last person that I was talking to, like this ICE presence, it seems more like fear tactics to me. And it seems more than just immigration. It seems like it is, targeting the other party, people that are in these, maybe, they're sanctuary cities, but they're also in blue states. And they're asking for voter rolls. They're saying, we'll pull our officers out if you give us your voting records so we can crack down on possible illegal immigrants voting and rigging the vote. I don't know how you would even do that, because if you have a name that's assigned to you, another person with that name, either like only one of you can vote.
This is ridiculous.
It's so ridiculous. They're not voting. If you don't have like a social security number, if you don't have an ID that is, like a regular, whatever, real ID or whatever they ask for anymore, and they're already casting doubt on that, then you can't vote. Like,
right.
I don't understand why you would need these voting records, other than seems a little sketchy.
Well, we all know what that's about. He only wants the voting records because it was never about immigration.
Right.
You don't say, if immigration's a problem, you don't remove ICE and say, I will remove them if you give me voter rolls. Voter rolls have nothing to do with the immigration or your crackdown on it. So you have no reason to make that request, and nor would you make that what's the word I'm looking for? That concession of removing them if it were a problem.
Red Dog over on YouTube says, it's because we know they are cheating. How do you know there's cheating going on?
Right.
What looks most what's wild to me is how Trump won every single swing state. That looks like cheating, because that's like never happened before in history.
Well, the court cases in some of those New York counties that show it.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff going on. I don't know how much weight I want to put behind it quite yet. But the way that they compare the voting heat maps compared to like Russia, who was, you know, known for rigging their elections. It's interesting. It's very,
Yeah.
very interesting.
And I find it
If
a little
anybody's
odd.
interested, it's what is it called? It's called like the election truth. I'll have to find it.
I've not seen that, but I have my own theory on it because you look back.
Election
Where
Truth
was Elon
Alliance.
Musk? What was Elon Musk doing before he bought X? He went to Russia.
Yeah.
Comes back, buys X, suddenly is involved in all this government shit, takes data, has his hands in all these tech giants, fucking voting machines and all this stuff.
Right.
Like, you can't tell me that there's not something.
Well, they
going
were
on.
using Skynet in a lot of the places too.
Yeah.
Election Truth Alliance. Thank you, Jen. It was Election Truth Alliance.
What I don't understand is
ETA.
why are we requiring?
Oh, hey,
why are we going to any type of electronic machine at all that can have a USB or internet access? Why are we not just on the old school tabulation machines?
I don't know.
You can't.
Well, because the hanging chads. This is all goes back to
Scantron's still fairly reliable. I think we can deal with a Scantron version.
Honestly, I think that it's probably more reliable to just like have people vote from their phones. Like you could probably set up a whole system with like cell phones that take your face, whatever ID, confirms it's
you. Know how that works though.
Well, I mean,
people won't be able to vote because the facial recognition doesn't work on people of color, and there's all kinds of issues there. Like, I'm fine with just going and marking it on a piece of paper, and some machine just counts that piece of paper. I don't need all this extra shit.
I was gonna say, I don't remember a Democratic candidate calling like Georgia and asking for like a specific number of votes that they needed to win.
Well, did you? Trump was just raiding the Georgia Fulton County courthouse today for something, for like voting information about 2020. That was just like in the news like a little bit ago.
He's desperate to make sure that he can take it.
Yeah, 3 hours ago, FBI raids Fulton County election office. Let me see if I can bring it up.
Fulton County, imagine that.
Yeah, isn't that funny that you guys just mentioned that and it's like literally in the news, like right now? Let me see.
You literally just need to go ahead and make it a thing where you have to get an implant in your right arm to vote. And
you have to like swear allegiance to the beast. You have to get the little ... dash. It means 666.
Christians would never vote again.
Never.
Let me try and find an article that isn't like surrounded in wildness. The FBI executed a search warrant at the Fulton County Elections Office outside Atlanta on Wednesday, according to a spokesperson for the agency, which comes amid President Donald Trump's push to relitigate the 2020 election. So we're talking about 6 years ago.
What would that even do? What would the point of that even be?
I think that like record retention, you don't even have to like hold records for that long.
So like, why relitigate it?
Because he's like, he will never get past that. He'll never get over it. He's always going to say that, 2020 was a rigged election, that he should have won it. And it's like, well, okay, let's just backdate it. And now you've spent your 2 terms. So bye. But
this is why I say local elections are very important, y'all. These judges and shit that sign these warrants, some of them are elected.
Wait, so they don't
pay attention.
They declined to say exactly what agents were searching for. Georgia's Secretary of State's office and Fulton County's elections offices did not immediately respond for comments. The action comes just a week after Trump vowed that people will soon be prosecuted for what they did. Oh my God. Talk about witch hunt. Fulton County Commissioner Mo Ivory, a Democrat, said in a brief interview that she learned upon arriving at the facility that FBI was seeking ballots from the 2020 presidential election. FBI agents are here to get the 2020 ballots. They're all here, trucks, everything. So yeah, it doesn't look like in the warrant they...
How many court cases were about this fucking election that he did not win?
Over 60. Over 60.
You would think if there were evidence, he would have had it then and would have been able to give it at any one of those 60.
Right.
But he didn't.
Oh, if they
I
had
agree.
evidence, they'd be pushing it everywhere.
Yeah. I mean, like, that's exactly it. Like, why are you still looking for, the needle in the haystack here? Like, do you think that there was this, like, large of a, people are not this organized, not on this sort of scale.
No. Well,
now, I would agree
Republicans are proven
that
to
there
be
is,
based on the fact that this has been going on for decades and they've been doing Project 2025 cents. But yeah,
it's very possible that, some hackers or whatever, that big balls or whoever working under Elon could have, some sort of, after so many votes, push all the votes towards this, like algorithm that was put into the back end to where like the machines audit just fine. And that's what that Election Truth Alliance was kind of leaning more towards too, was that, these machines audit just fine, but it could be something that's kept on the back end when it like tabulating on a, like data reading level. So could be, I don't know. Now that I don't think would take very much, like organizations where like to rig an election at each like county seat, like the way that they're saying happened in 2020, where they're stuffing ballots and all of these things. It would be so hard to keep that so organized and not get caught. You would have some sort of evidence within these 60, trials or whatever cases that were brought up and investigated. They did recounts. In fact, most of the time, more votes ended up coming out for Biden. So like, it's silly to me. I don't understand why this is still being like litigated. The guy won in 2024. Everybody seems to be okay with saying that. Yeah, like whatever. It's relented. Let's move on. But they won't. And it seems like they're gonna try and put some people behind bars. Meanwhile, these guys were pardoned. All 1,600 of them. Some of them have now come out and they've been re-arrested because of, child SA and other violent acts on other people. But I guess that's not a big deal to them.
right. Now, governmentally, it's not about immigration. We know that based on that ultimatum he gave, that Bondi gave.
Right.
But for the average person who joins ICE, it's about racism.
Probably.
Because how many of them have been caught with their mask down and they turn out and been identified as a Proud Boy or a Triple K member or something in between? Quite a
Right.
few of them have been found to be Proud Boys.
Yeah, that's a good point. Why are they masking up at all? Why are they hiding their faces?
Because they're being doxxed. Well, if you're not doing something you're not supposed to be doing, you wouldn't be doxxed.
If you're a law enforcement
police officer doesn't get doxxed.
Right. A police officer has to tell you their name and badge number. I don't see why there should be anything other than like anything that would be different when it comes to law enforcement for immigration. Why can't you identify yourself? It says, now you are just making stuff up, user 8173338039793.
What did we make up exactly?
Yeah, what's the masks are there because they're being harassed. They're being harassed. No, they're being harassed because they're wearing masks. Because we don't know if they're actually officers. What's to stop some bad actors, like a group of people, to just dress up in fatigues and masks and go and pull people off the streets, pull them out of their cars? What's to stop them?
That's already happened. There's been quite a few reports of women being SA'd by people who were just in the same getup that ICE is in, a vest that says agent, and some camo, and a mask. And guess what?
They're following the
ICE agents, and these
home.
women are getting assaulted.
They're following the ICE agents home. Well, ICE is following them home.
Right. Yeah.
They don't know if these guys are actually agents, right? Like, they might be following them because they want to know who the heck these people are. I think there's ways to go about this. And we have
see masked
gone
men
about
in my
it.
neighborhood. I'm wondering why the fuck are there masked men in my neighborhood? I'm going to follow and find out what the fuck is going on. Or I'm calling somebody.
Oh, I can tell you what's going to happen if mass agents come to people's house in the South. It's not going to be pretty.
Especially with the no knock warrant bullshit. Or no warrant knocking, or whatever the fuck they call it.
Well, and it's
Yeah,
clear,
yeah.
these guys are untrained. They're not your highest achievers. Who's to say that they end up at the wrong house? That they're serving a warrant at the wrong house. I mean, I've actually heard multiple reports on the wrong people getting apprehended, U.S. citizens getting apprehended. So, like, this shit is just scary. It's unnecessary. It's 2026. Like, how is it that like 30 years ago we were able to do all this stuff without of the whole circus going on, yet now we have these like major problems? It shows to me like lack of good leadership, lack of organization, lack of good training. Oh, Chris is coming.
Well, there's a viral video that went around. Hey, Chris. Hey, friend. Of an ICE agent bringing in a detainee into a porta potty, basically making the ultimatum: come in here with me, or else I'm taking you in.
Oh, so you're telling me that men are entering women's restrooms?
Well, porta potty in this case, but yeah.
Well, I mean, if a
That's
lady's
called
in there.
makeshift sniffies.
Oh my god.
Well, actually, it's just makeshift grape. He literally raped this woman in a porta potty under threat of being deported.
Wait, what the hell happened? What the fuck?
There's a viral video going around of an ICE agent taking a detainee into a porta potty, basically under the premise of you're coming in here with me or you're getting deported.
So basically, an ICE agent freaking openly just like technically essayed a woman.
Yeah,
But
I would say so.
the problem is the initial, based on what I'm reading here, the initial social media posts, including shared by Rep. Ileana Omar, suggested that the detainee was a woman, but DHS claimed the person was a man. I don't know what difference that makes. Why are you taking a detainee into a porta potty?
Yeah, who
Because-
cares whether they were a man or a woman? You can essay either or.
Right. Watching them, go to the bathroom or anything, it's weird. It's gross. Where'd Chris go? Well, bye, Chris. But yeah, it's weird. It's
They
gross.
said they'll be right back. They got a call.
Oh, okay. Is that blackmail or extortion? I don't know, but I do agree that it's not legal. I don't think that it's proper, especially if you're crying about, trans people entering bathrooms, assaulting women or whatever, like, but you're fine with this. And you can sit there and say, oh, well, they're criminals and all of that. And hey, I worked at a jail. If a lady had to go and change, a female officer or a lady officer would go and watch and keep eye to see if they're like hiding something or trying to do something silly.
Well, you shouldn't lose your human rights just because you've broken a law.
Right. I agree.
There's a report from, let's see, DHS response to a viral porta potty video of ICE agent. What was their official response? Let's see. The illegal alien in this video was a male and he had to use the restrooms. We don't deny people the right to use the bathroom. However, standard policy is to never allow a subject in custody to enter an enclosed area alone as they are under arrest and could barricade themselves in. Who's barricading themselves into a porta potty?
No thanks.
Where are you going to go?
Right. They can literally pick it up and put you in a truck.
Yeah. Do they think they're gonna like go down into the icky to the poo poo and like tunnel out?
Great. Like they don't have that kind of time, nor the you've got them handcuffed.
I ain't got that kind of stomach.
Great. The fuck? I don't even like going in there to pee. What are you talking about?
Oh,
I don't have to sit. So what
especially
the fuck are we
like
doing?
when the weather's warm and like the sun's been cooking and a stew's been going. No, absolutely not. Hey, Crystal, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? I just came up to say hi. I missed you.
Well, you can hang out.
I just wanted to pop in and say hello.
Well, I've missed you too. I've missed a lot of people. It feels like it's like been forever. Chris, oh, you're back. Let me pull you up. Yeah,
it's been forever.
oh my gosh, I've been dealing with so much stuff, guys. It's wild, but things are kind of like calming down, thankfully. Next week is going to be a little hectic, but I took time off work, so It'll be all right. My dad's getting a big quintuple bypass, which is all the bypasses at once. But
Oh,
he's
wow.
it's gonna make him feel a lot better.
That's
So that's good.
When's that
great.
happening?
On
I got
the
my.
what's up, Chris?
Oh no, sorry. I think I'm delayed. My bad. Go ahead.
Just on my birthday's on the 3rd. He goes in for surgery on the 5th.
Well,
Yeah.
happy early birthday if we don't see you
Thank you.
before then, by the way.
I'm turning 25. If you didn't know that, I'm just always 20. I'm turning from
The
25
big
to 20.
25.
Yeah, I'm
Listen,
25
I
right
lost my
now.
hair too early in life to call myself 25 ever again. Even at 23, I couldn't say I was
I'm a little
23 or
lucky.
24 or 25.
Still got some hair.
Yeah,
Look,
Ricky,
I'm
yeah.
starting to tell people I'm 76 because Mezzo tells people he's in his 50s and they believe him, and then they go, "Oh my God, you look so good," which of course makes me look like haggard. Okay, so I have to pretend now that I'm 76 so that I also look good for my age. It's just what we have to do.
Right.
You
I
had
had
to
to,
increase your age so you look better.
I kept getting age restricted on TikTok, so I grew a beard, and so far it's working. And
Beards
I'm,
do
30.
help. Beards help.
Yeah, because I'm 30. I was like, that's crazy. Also, guys, I got something special in the mail that came in today.
What's that?
Even though I feel like this is a bad idea, and nothing changes, nothing changes. So I'm going to the ICE protest in Houston. Obviously, I'm going to keep my distance. I'm not going to get within 20 feet of the ICE officers.
Oh yeah.
But I got my bulletproof vest that has press on it, just so it
Okay.
works press on it. So I'm taking all the measures. But no, I don't plan on getting within 20 feet or arm's distance of an ICE agent because they don't care who you are. So I'm staying far away.
You buy those?
Great.
As long as I can see them in the far distance, I'll stay in the middle of the crowd because I'm not risking getting snatched up, thrown to the ground, executed. That's crazy. That's crazy. I have to say that, by the way.
Right.
You have a gas mask that you're taking with you just in case?
Yes, sir. I'm
Because they've been tear
prepared.
gassing everybody.
Oh yeah, your boy is prepared, and
Good.
obviously I've already mapped it out to where I'll be standing. There's about 5 different places that I can exit the area. So
Because Chris, I can't say it enough. You're my friend now, and you're brown. I'm not trying to get you in trouble. Just please be careful.
yeah, no, man. Listen. I take this a little bit personal because that dude was serving my community as a veteran, and I'm like, part of it too, because my mom's black. She's like, don't go. They're gonna try and hunt you down. I'm like, look, as long as I keep my distance, I should be okay. But I can't let ICE walk around and think that what they're doing is acceptable, But yes, I'm going to take extra precautions. Obviously, I'm not getting within any arm's distance of the ICE agents. If I can see them 20 feet away, that's about the closest I'm going to get, to be honest with you.
Good. Just be extra careful. That's all I can tell you, friend.
Always.
Thank you,
always.
Crystal. Love you too. Somebody, what did he say? Texas Air Gunner on YouTube said, "Do cops go door to door and show their warrant for people that are getting raided? I don't think that they need to show. They're doing no knock warrant, warrantless shirts is what I heard. That they just
You're talking about the ICE agents?
yeah, they're just impunitive.
Yeah.
They don't have any
That's-
oversight.
No warrant at all.
Right.
That's a violation of federal law, the Immigrants and Nationalities Act of 1996. That's not optional.
Yeah,
I
but
literally
who's
saw a video
enforcing
and
it?
they were pumping gas.
Which
And,
is how we know he's been breaking the
there's someone
Constitution.
pumping gas.
Yeah.
It's like you really could just do mundane things, pumping gas, go into the store, and they come up to you and want all your paperwork. It's like, what the hell, man?
They can't even do traffic stops or anything. Brignani versus Ponce, Supreme Court case of 1973.
Right.
Trump doesn't care though. He's like, yeah, stop them, do whatever.
Oh, I do have a super chat. Hold on. Interstate 5 for $5 said, instead of voting, let's make it more like jury duty. Randomly selected residents get a letter in the mail telling them that they're now the president of the United States.
I've actually proposed that before. My only
Wow.
caveat to that is everybody has to go through a certain psychological and Q test, and if you don't pass them, you don't get to be on that registry. For those people
There was
that
a
get paid.
movie.
You can't be a felon either.
Right.
Or a rapist.
Or a
Well,
rapist.
yeah, well, that'd be a very different from nowadays, wouldn't it? Let's see. What else did somebody else say? Play stupid trade wars, put America last. Agreed. Let's see. Play stupid games, get stupid
Does
prizes.
anybody know
I
what
hate
the
that.
official deal with Greenland turned out to be?
He like stopped it because they were like, yeah, we're not gonna. Oh, you're fine, Chris. They weren't like going along with what Trump wanted to do, and they were
there was a
threatening their
deal
own
structure. Yeah,
retaliations.
Trump backed off on the tariffs to all the European countries because he said a deal was struck.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know what the deal was. He just said that there's going to be people negotiating it, but I don't know what happened after that.
With NATO, let's see. All eyes are on Trump's reaction to the mother of all deals between India and the EU. Looks like the EU is working with India, which, you know, we were working with India, which is just losing more and more trade partnerships just to be, I don't know, like a tough guy. It doesn't make sense to me. They don't say. It just says that the White House imposed a 15% tariff on EU imports last year. India was slapped with a more punitive 50% tariff, in part because its ongoing oil purchases from Russia, which, once again, now India's buying oil from Russia, not us. It's just... Chris is coming back. It's just weird.
Yeah,
I don't
sorry, boss
understand.
keeps calling me.
You know, you're fine. I'm trying to see here. Maybe I got New York Times on my phone. Trump says framework of a future. That was 7 days ago. Was that framework of a future deal? They didn't even have a deal.
I'm reading one from a day ago right now. President Trump insists that the United States will effectively take over ownership of U.S. military bases in Greenland. We already have ownership of military bases in Greenland. They're ours.
Since 1953, yeah.
Right. Making them sovereign U.S. land, which that's already the case. A senior Greenlandic official described the scenario as a red line. Najaa Nathanielson has a sprawling government portfolio as Minister of Business, Trade, Mineral Resources, Justice, and Gender Equality for Denmark-owned Arctic Island. In an interview with the USA Today on January 25th, Nathanielson said Greenland giving up sovereignty is not on the table for now.
I don't understand why their sovereignty is even at stake here. Like, we have...
Because Trump wants it. Because Trump wants the land, and that's what he threatened to take, was it over.
If you want to hear...
never open up his mouth to Russia.
If you want to hear my, like, weird conspiracy theory, is that Trump is, you know, what's his name? Krasnstov or whatever they were calling him in Russia, and that he's actually trying to get Greenland so they can just sell it to Russia.
That wouldn't surprise me, because his whole excuse for wanting it in the first place is stupid. It already shows
national security.
Right, because he's like, would you rather, because in every single Republican I hear talk about this uses the exact same line too. Would you rather have China or Russia have it? No, they're not in danger of taking it because it's a NATO allied country. We would be protecting it anyway.
Right. Yeah. We had like 19 bases on there. They pulled out of a lot of those bases.
And I think all this deal does is just make sure that we reopen several of those bases. I think that's really all this deal looks like it's doing.
We could have done that without all of this.
We only have 52 shares, so everybody, if you could long press Benny's screen and share it out to at least 10 people, 5 to 10 people, get those numbers up.
How many people do I send it to?
As many people as you can.
Hi, DB. Can I just get your age real quick?
Hello, I am an LGBTQ conservative.
Okay.
So I'm trans, but I hate like it going down to the kids. I hate how we're indoctrinating the kids.
What do you mean?
I just don't like it.
Indoctrinating how?
Like, they're just doing drag shows to the kids now.
You're not.
You're a troll.
No, they are. They are. No, they are.
Even if they are, the drag shows are age appropriate. They're not doing it to children.
They're not. I heard on Fox News.
You heard on Fox bullshit.
I heard on Fox News.
You heard bullshit. Where is it happening? Give me a school name.
It's happening.
Give me the name of the performer, and give me the county in which it's happening in the state.
It's happening daily everywhere.
County and state and name of drag queen.
They're disingenuous as fuck.
Right, exactly.
Like, I'm gonna
Get
vote
the
for a
hell outta here.
pedo, but I'm really mad at the drag queens for some reason.
Ryan, I'm just gonna call you Ryan. Can I get your age real quick?
I'm 18.
All right, and what's your take on what we're discussing?
Well, I actually very disagree with what was he called? DB just said.
About
I think
the
it's actually, I
the
think it's
drag
actually
queens?
like, yeah, I think that they should be shown to children.
That
So then it's
drag
not,
shows should be shown to children.
yep, not like it, no, like not like they shouldn't be shown to children, but I mean like if children come upon viewing them, they shouldn't be
Oh,
stopped
okay.
because like
If it's appropriate, I honestly,
exactly,
I don't think I've ever seen a drag show that's like inappropriate, right? Like I've never seen a drag show, and I've been to quite a few drag shows, card carrying homo here. Like been to plenty of drag shows. For the most part, it's just funny or talented. It's people that are, doing like flips and crazy dances. And it's silly. I don't see how it's really any different than, like what you might see on television, like with people in costumes.
yeah, exactly. And I think it's interesting for children to learn about.
Yeah, I
Because
mean, I don't think that there's really a problem with it. I mean, if I remember right, some of the
definitely,
shows that we used to watch, like Pee-wee's Playhouse and stuff, they used to have like guys dressed up as women. So where's the
Mm.
difference?
Well, not just
and it's
that,
like,
but early actors were all roles were played by men. Like literally, there were no female actors for the longest time.
yep, Squilliam Shakespeare.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. So, Ryan, so do you have an idea? Do you pay much to U.S. politics? I'm not sure if you're in the U.S. or not.
No, I'm in the UK.
You in
I
the
mean,
UK?
I see some of it, but most of it's negative. Most of the stuff I see is about ICE and all of the new stuff like going on over there. And I don't really like to pay attention to it because it's pretty awful, to be honest. Like,
I don't blame you.
yeah,
I mean, I think that for the most part, the people here need to pay attention first, and then the world probably should be paying attention, because this does affect everybody within the world, but more so, within the nation. I think that what we're seeing in Minneapolis is actually quite beautiful and patriotic. It's like one of the most patriotic things I've seen since like Black Lives Matter.
Finally, we got the opposition not.
thank you
Definitely a
for doing that.
troll. Definitely a troll.
Yeah, you could just tell.
Your voice changed.
Yeah. Silly. What was I saying? Oh yeah, that just what's going on in Minneapolis. I think that we're seeing actual patriots standing up and organizing and peacefully protesting. The stuff that was going on like during the Black Lives Matter might have gotten a lot of people scared, thinking that like, property was going to be burned. But this is more of a state versus federal, versus the administration type of situation. So I don't think that people need to worry about that type of protesting slash, quote unquote rioting, because it's just not the same vibe. When the stuff with George Floyd was going on, it absolutely was local police, and there was a message that needed to be sent.
Wait, Benny, you might want to. They're putting in an expletive in your comments. I don't know how derogatory it necessarily have to be for certain
Honestly,
people.
DB's throwing out a really bad image there. Can we just get him out of the chat?
Yeah, black. I thought I might have had a. What'd they say? Or
It's a Jamaican expletive that it's not a good word.
Yeah, I see it.
Oh, that's why I didn't understand what it was. I was like, what are they saying? What's that word?
I'm pretty sure they had a British accent when they're up here, so it's a little weird that they're using Jamaican words, but okay.
Now Lucas is asking what it means. I've heard the term.
Just Google it.
Lucas, just take it from me. It's not a very nice term.
Yeah, it's not nice.
It's really not.
So then, I guess on the world stage, what does it seem like is going on in America? Does it seem like America's pretty stable right now? Do you think that America is at its strongest?
No, definitely not. Definitely not.
Yeah, I think I could have figured that one out, but yeah, like
I think-
it's it's not looking good, is it?
Over my years, I've definitely seen a lot of different roles, like Joe Biden, Obama, Trump's first presidency, and like it's just kind of been on a downfall, to be honest. From my standing point of view, it's been on a pretty big downfall.
I'd say that I would agree. I don't think that Biden was necessarily a strong leader. The guy was kind of fumbly bumbly and old. I don't disagree with that at all. I do think that he was a better leader than Trump. But that being said, dropped. But that being said, I think that things kind of started going downwards since Obama. I thought Obama was a strong leader and actually had really good oratory skills.
He really was. The problem is that the racists didn't like him being in office and spent all of his term spreading really terrible things about him, which I'm not saying I'm the biggest fan of everything he did, but I still think he was a great president and a great leader. But they spent 8 years trashing him, and then they found a guy in Trump who would make it worse and bring out all the extra racism. So this really is a byproduct of the exposure of what electing a black person to office did. It brought out the racism in our country. It made it front and center and produced this orange menace that we're dealing
and
with.
it's been
The last guest said their Wi-Fi went out. That's why they had to drop.
That's all good. I appreciate you coming up and sharing your thoughts. Let's see, Kai. Can I get your age just real quick?
Yeah, I'm 29.
29. All right. What's your thoughts?
I live in Minnesota,
Oh, okay.
and oh boy, are we not doing good?
Yeah, I heard that it's completely different than what even we're seeing, on the videos and whatnot. I don't live far from Minnesota. I used to go up to Minneapolis quite a bit. It's a beautiful city. It's a beautiful state. I love everything about Minnesota. The roads are nice. Everything was like very cordial. The people are nice. It's a little cold, but other than that, even like Hennepin Street in Minneapolis, like that could be considered kind of a rough street or what have you. But even then, I never felt unsafe. I never had any problems with immigrants or undocumented immigrants. Any of the times that I went up to Minneapolis, and like my hometown was just, not even like 45 minutes from the Minnesota border. So it just,
I feel that
I'm
way
not seeing
about
it.
Chicago. Chicago gets a bad rep, and I've been up there lots now since I started seeing my partner. And I'm telling you what, I've never felt unsafe anywhere.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything bad going down, and he takes me all over the damn city.
I think there's there's a lot to say about perception and how like a lot of people are being told to perceive these cities and areas. They're being told that Chicago is just this, like wasteland of people shooting each other and robbing and stealing and assaulting each other. And apparently Minneapolis is just Somalis are just causing fraud all over.
Rampaging through everything.
Yeah.
If
Go
I
on.
can put that to rest, because I live in Minneapolis. I'm not gonna say exactly where, but
Right. Yeah. Don't.
yeah, no, that's not happening. I think like the most that anyone has ever worried me was literally being well, honestly, up until a couple days ago, all of a sudden there were like National Guard Humvees, and that was honestly the most unsafe I've felt living here.
Yeah. Luckily, the National Guard has been brought in by the state and with the mayor of Minneapolis. That doesn't, always get out to everybody, but it's meant to help, kind of ease and bring some less stress onto the local police departments, because I think they've been overwhelmed because of all the wildness that's going on with the ICE
Oh, yeah, I
presence
get that.
that's in Minneapolis. So
I
like,
get that, and I know,
yeah,
the National Guard are wearing specific vests and everything just to make sure they're not mistaken for ICE. But
there's a
like, my
sorry,
partner and I are
go on.
both trans and not uh, not exactly air quote desirables
Well,
to
yeah, I
the
mean,
current government.
there's like bills that are going through processing right now that are trying to label trans people as domestic terrorists. And so I would say, please be as cautious as you can be, because we can't trust them. We can't
I need you
trust
to
the federal government right now.
I need you to take the same stance that Chris has taken. If you're going to any of these protests, you stay away from ICE as much as possible.
Yep. Keep it 30 feet away.
Mm-hmm.
I honestly would love to be able to, but I have chronic illnesses and I can't go. And my partner, actually, she just got a job in the Senate,
Oh,
so she can't be seen on either
right.
side of anything.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well,
Still be careful regardless. We're
be
still
careful.
worried.
It doesn't matter. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What does the world come to? Like when I was a senior in high school, uh, like we had a few trans people in classes and stuff. Nobody cared. Nothing was a big deal. It wasn't about bathrooms or any of this like trying to groom children or anything like that. It wasn't until just a little bit after Obama came in, I think North Carolina had their like bathroom bill, and then it became this like big deal. And now people apparently just have like the shortest memories ever, and they're like, and they have to go on some extreme. It doesn't make sense to me, because it's like you've been
It
dealing
wasn't a
with
big
this for
deal,
years.
really. It wasn't a big deal, really, until Trump made it one.
Right.
Until him and the MAGA Republicans made it one back in his first term. That's when all of a sudden there was this trans hysteria about it. Everybody was upset that they were in bathrooms and playing sports. Mind you, they're less than 1% of the population, and even less than 1% of those people go to any type of professional sports, let alone other sports. So, like, y'all worried about the wrong damn shit.
Mm-hmm. Right. I'm more worried about the economy and prices and affordability, things like that. Hey,
Which-
y'all. Hey, Janet said, we have a bill being pushed that would allow bounty hunters in Kansas. Like, what is going on? Bounty hunters
They
for,
want it to be the Wild West.
is it for immigrants? Because I've heard of that one where they like get $1,000 for each scalp they cut or something like that. So each
How
ear
fucking
they
gross
cut
is
off.
that, right?
No, it's not that, but like, yeah.
There are
If they,
ones for trans people now too.
are you serious?
Yep. Kansas and Texas, a couple other states have proposed it.
What?
Like
what
call
are
in lines, and you can get rewards for turning in anyone you think might be trans.
To do what?
Yeah, I don't get that. Like what, to deport or to like lock up? I don't understand, I guess. Like they can pull you out of the bathroom. Oh, so they can like make sure you're going into what they consider is the correct bathroom. That is the most unnecessary like waste of resources and honestly energy and like brain like use ever. Like
Also,
ever.
I would love to see how they're going to enforce that.
Right.
Are you going to have genital checks outside the bathrooms or
Well,
inside the bathrooms?
Well, even then, like, are you checking their, XXXY status? Are you able to clock that with your eyes? No. So what I don't get it.
Oh, I'm so
Look, we
glad
don't
someone.
need big government, but we want bathroom monitors. We want federal bathroom monitors.
Yeah.
Also, I'm so glad someone mentioned chromosomes. Do y'all know why they stopped testing gender chromosomes in the Olympics?
No, I
Is
don't
there
know.
16 variations of it?
Because they kept finding out that the people who were in the Olympics, like the top whatever, weren't completely male or female.
Mm,
Is there 16 different variations of sex chromosomes?
right.
Yep. And
It-
because they kept finding out, oh, you're actually kind of not male or female. And
Yeah, that's interesting. That I like to tell people, like, are you sure you are what you think you are? Have you gotten your, like, have you been karyotyped?
Right. And this is why whenever they bring this up, you have to say, well, they're like, well, I know what a woman is, and they'll give you the definition: adult human female. It's like, well, what are the conditions that you're required to have to be a female?
Yeah. Apparently, you have to look
There's
like
always an exception for
you
any
gotta
of
have
it.
long hair. You gotta have.
Right. Well, they usually go for the gametes. They usually go for the internal biological stuff that
Right.
they can't prove, and that there's always an exception to.
The pathways or whatever.
Yeah.
And the phenotype.
Featherless biped. Featherless biped. It's that entire argument all over again. You
Basically.
can't tell me I'm wrong. Give this man a plucked chicken. Watch what happens.
Seriously.
But that is what they do. They go straight for that. They're like, well, they either have a uterus or vagina, or they have the whatever they call it, pathway. I can't remember the name of it all of a sudden.
Hold on. Yeah, okay, bro. If you want to come on, you can just type into any browser, tinyurl.com/deconjunk, and we can get you on. I need to keep checking this. I have a little dashboard.
Has anyone seen like differences in your TikTok account?
Yeah, it's showing me a bunch of old shit and new shit, but it's still pretty much the same.
I've seen a lot of like progressive creators like have zero, like pretty famous creators as well have like 0 views on their videos and stuff.
Yeah, I saw you know who Hawk is? Hawk, he just got like his account that had like over 1 million people on it completely like permanently banned. Hopefully he gets it back. It's everybody that I've known that had a account permanently banned has somehow been able to get it back, thankfully. But yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep like going with the flow, I guess, with TikTok.
LG.
Yeah. LG, poor LG. But I'm gonna keep going with the flow with TikTok. I know a lot of people are like gonna delete it because of you know, they're saying that it gives out your specific location and all of that. They've had your location this whole time. They're just now putting it down into words that they have it. So like none of that really bothers me. Sure, if they start sending the Gestapo to my door, I'll be a political prisoner. I won't shut up. So they can try.
I'm not gonna be a political prisoner. Castle Doctrine, and guess what?
Yeah, I mean, Castle Doctrine does apply. The Second Amendment is there to fight against a tyrannical government. So, just saying.
See, the thing is, I don't like pew pews.
Me either.
So I don't have one for home defense. I have a scimitar.
That is the thing that scares me though. Like, I really don't want conservatives to be the only ones with pew pews. Like when I started thinking about it, I'm like, yeah, I know, right? Like that's what's giving me like some hope is that, you know, I think progressives are getting a little bit more like, okay, well, we need to defend ourselves and defend our position. You know, I'm not suggesting for a civil war or anything, but I mean, I think it's useful for them to know that they're not the only ones.
They're definitely not the only ones. If you go far enough left, you get your guns back.
Right.
Which, ironically, I recently found out if you go far enough right, you get your gay back.
Yeah, isn't that true? Weird. Peter Thiel, we're looking at you. Sam Altman, looking at you.
I love that so much. Fellas, is it gay to bang women? And I'm like, I'm so interested in this. Go on.
Apparently, according to Nick Fuentes, it is. But he's an incel.
I'm like, baby girl, just because you can't doesn't mean that it is.
Right. Just because nobody wants
Literally
to.
caught him with like gay corn on his computer
He
one
went
day.
on a date with like a little cat boy.
Like,
oh my gosh.
Disappointed but not surprised? What do you want from me?
Yeah, not surprised at all. So yeah, everybody that's watching here on TikTok, share out the live, tap the screen. I do want to keep going here for a little bit longer, maybe an hour and a half more. So I do want some discussions going on. I can change up the subject. We can get into more or less political topics. We can get into religion or anything really. I do want to talk to some of the both sidesers. I feel like most people say both sides, and I want to hear your thoughts. So if you're watching on YouTube or TikTok, if you're watching on YouTube or TikTok, actually, it doesn't matter. You can go to tinyurl.com/deconjunk and let me know why you think it's both sides, because I really want to know why you think that the Democratic side of the, binary, if you will, of our political system is just as guilty or, bad as the Republican Party. I think that this is a very interesting topic. I think a lot of people say both sides. You hear is same wings on the same bird or whatever, or separate wings on the same bird. I think that the responsibility and the irresponsibility weighs much more on one side compared to the other. So I would like to kind of, discuss, maybe share some thoughts. So yeah, if you're willing to come up and discuss, I promise we won't bite your head off. This is not trying to be a debate. This is trying to just hear you out, because I think that the people that say both sides, that's all they say is, oh, well, it's all both sides. They all suck. It's us versus them. And they mean, like, I think on a kind of like economic level, they mean it's the poor versus the top 1%, or the elites or the rich. And I could maybe get on with that. Like, I can agree with with that. There's a big difference when you consider, how much money a family or person makes, and how much power they have when it comes to what gets done in this country. So I might agree with you on a lot of things, but first we have to talk. So if you are interested in talking, you can click the little pink and blue guy down here on TikTok. It should give you a little guest request feature, or like I said, you can just type in tinyurl.com/deconjunk. That's DECONJUNC. Also, if you're watching on YouTube, please make sure to like, subscribe, try to share out the live. Let's get some good talks going. Beyond that, how's everybody doing? Other than, the world seems like it's burning.
I'm sad Justin's not going to be on today.
Justin's not going to be on? Well, then, hey, more screen time for me.
Yeah.
But we're not really talking about the same stuff right now. I mean, I could talk about the Bible. Not as, extensively as Justin, but I'm more than willing to.
I love talking about fiction books.
Right. Exactly. I mean, if we all considered the Bible a fiction book, akin to, mythology or Homer, like the Iliad or Odyssey, I think that we could get a lot farther in life. But here we are.
To be fair, I'm gonna be just absolutely honest. I liked the drama in The Tale of Genji better, and the world building in Lord of the Rings better. But hey,
it was more consistent.
It's got a lot of different stories. It's kind of like a compilation of short stories, and I can dig that.
Right. I can too. All right, let's see what's going on. There's a lot popping off in the YouTube chat. My household is progressive and we own pew pews. Good for you, Mini Tro. My partner will not let me purchase a pew pew because he knows that, like, there's statistics out there that there's, like, more or less you will be the victim of the pew pew more so than another person. I don't agree with that. I'm a responsible person, an adult.
Right. I have one that sits somewhere that I don't ever go unless I need to. So the likelihood of it doing anything to me is zero.
Somebody said, does being raised with a secular mom and a nihilistic, deistic dad count as indoctrination or no? I think that if they are trying to push, secularism or, anti-religion, I think that could be slightly indoctrination. I think that people should be able to make up their own minds with the information out there. Thank you. And was that Tiny? Thank you, Tiny. And everybody else that gave me heart maze. I appreciate you all.
Tiny!
My dad is heavily against Abrahamic religions, though, so I don't know. So, I mean, so am I. But I don't really have too much of a problem with the Jewish take on it all. I don't see too much, like, infringement on other people's rights that go on. although there is misogyny, there is, problems with it. There's also magical believing that goes on that can kind of warp how you see things. That I would say is not productive. But the Christians way more so, and the Muslims way more so. Like making women put on shawls, that cover up everything but their eyes is ridiculous. And I think that the reasoning behind it is not very good reasoning. So that's my answer to that. But I again, if the parents aren't, pushing one ideology, be it, secularism or what have you, over another, then sure. It looks like we do have somebody. Now, guys on TikTok, tell me if like you hear them, and then I'll ask them if they can hear you. Hello, Mr. Patriotic, are you there?
Hello, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can everybody else hear him?
No.
Cannot
hear
hear him.
You can't hear him. Darn it. All right. Well,
They
everybody on
can't hear me.
TikTok, can you hear them, Mr. Patriotic?
Hear who?
My other guests that are on the screen with me. Dugald,
Are
say
they
something.
talking right now?
Say something, Dugald. Or DC.
Hello. Can
Nope,
you
I
hear
don't-
me?
I don't hear
Testing
anybody.
1, 2, 3.
You don't hear that? Okay. So there's not going to be any talking that's going to go on between people. So I'm going to drop you guys on TikTok. Thank you for coming. I really appreciate you.
For
I will
having us.
let you back up once this discussion's over with. But Mr. Patriotic, what brings you to the live?
Yeah, I just I saw your I saw your live,
Mhm.
and you're talking about politics, talking about both sides of the parties,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, but from what I heard, you think one side is worse, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, I would say
Okay,
that.
well,
I would say that.
yeah,
Yeah, one side definitely leans a little bit more towards ruining everything.
yeah,
Because it just sucks, man. Like you could tell, like even when Biden was president, that things were not feeling like they were burning. They felt like everything was like, it felt like the world was burning during 2020, just after COVID-19, up until 2024, or not 2024, but like 2016 to 2020 felt like, it was kind of burning. There was the Black Lives Matter stuff going on. I would say that, it all started more with like Ferguson, in Missouri and all of that. But it
yeah.
was wild when Trump was in office. There was a lot of stuff going on. Oh, you
I
can
don't know.
hear
I don't
guests
think he
on.
was
Okay.
that bad during his first term. Right now, he's horrible. I'll be honest. But
Yeah.
his first term, I don't think it was that bad. But no,
I would
think
say
both
like the
sides are
first
bad.
couple of years were probably not too bad. I think COVID messed a lot of stuff up, but
Yeah,
I
it
don't
wasn't
think
his
he
fault
handled
though,
it
right?
well.
Oh yeah, that's what they say. He didn't handle it well. I probably would agree. Um,
Okay.
trying to think, but I think they're both the same, honestly.
So
They both send billions of dollars to Israel. They can't agree on the welfare of the American people, but they can agree to send billions and billions aid to Israel, which I just don't like.
I'm 100% with you on that one. I don't
Yeah,
understand why we can't have universal health care. Like I'm a cancer survivor, so I had to shell out a lot of money for the surgeries and treatment and everything. I'm good now, but that was a big deal to me. And our healthcare system
yep.
sucks. If it was all one big system and not all these different insurance companies and all of these providers batting heads against each other and telling you you're denied over and over again. But yet Israel is able to have universal healthcare that we pay for. Like make
And free
that,
education, I think.
yeah, make that make sense,
Yeah,
please.
exactly. I'm tired of Israel controlling our country. We're like an occupied state right now.
Yeah, I would agree that like Israel has way too much say. I don't know of any other country that has like a pack. Thank you, Janet.
Mhm.
Like a political action committee that has
Yeah,
so much sway as Israel. I don't think any other country does have a political action committee like that, but APAC does exist. And Israel does have a lot of money in a lot of important people's pockets so they are able to get a lot of things done. I've seen people grilled on both sides of the aisle about Israel, and it's very clear that they're not willing to say things like, is a genocide going on in Gaza right now? Or they're not willing to say we shouldn't be sending aid over to Israel for their occupation of another country. Like, yeah, defense is one thing, but when you are the one that's occupying another, you're not defending anymore. You're on the offense. And if our money is going towards that, then our money is going towards, this genocide or ethnic cleansing that I would say is going on.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not okay with my tax dollars, going to going to a country that is using that to murder children.
Yeah. And then, there's obvious like talking points that are getting fed to our politicians by AIPAC and Israel, where they say, like if you speak against Israel or Netanyahu, then you are now being anti-Semitic. It's just not the point. Like that is not
unbelievable.
what's happening at all. Like I completely disagree with that because it's definitely like Israel as a state. It's Israel as a world power and an influence. It's not like all Jewish people. Because a lot of people that are Jewish.
I don't know. I would say I'm a radical. You know what I'm saying? But
What do you mean by that? Would you say that all Jewish people are
no, not all Jewish people, but like
complicit?
90%, I would say, because according to the studies, 90% of Jews identify as Zionist.
I'd have to see the numbers on that one. Just like out of like who I know, like I know a few rabbis. I know quite a few Jewish people, and they all kind of are against it. So they're not Zionist, but they could be, the diamonds in the rough, if you will.
Like, I know people keep saying this is a Zionism problem and an Israeli problem, but since I'm a radical, I'll take it a step further, but I don't know if I could say that right now.
Well, I would push back on that because, in Jewish tradition, after the second temple was destroyed in 70 AD, that's when the rabbinic tradition started, and it was then considered that the temple and the Jewish teachings were left up to the rabbis. There is no like Zion that they would claim anymore. That the Jewish people were, spread out. It wasn't until 1948 that, post World War II, that the Jewish people were then kind of brought back into that area of Israel.
But those aren't even real Jews, actually. If you actually study it, they're Ashkenazi Jews. They're not even real Jews. To be a real Jew, to be considered a real Jew, you have to be 100% of Abraham's blood from that.
I don't even know if Abraham existed. So
well, yeah, I guess.
I mean, like I phenotypically, like when it comes to DNA and stuff, not to mention you can be like converted into Judaism. I don't think that like really matters too much to me. Like it kind of comes off as a little bit a little bit like a eugenics type of talk when you talk about like genetic makeup. I don't understand why like that would even be a point when it comes to how Gaza is being treated. This is definitely an issue with the state of Israel, not the people of the Jewish religion. I don't think that, there, and yes, there's Ashkenazi, there's Sephardic, there's, the different types, but that doesn't matter to me.
But I think it ties together the genocide that's going on right now to their religion,
I would say that there's possibly that. I think that there's a lot of nuance when it comes to things like the control of different trade ports, the West Strip in Gaza is right on the coast, right? And that is a very large area that would be good for trade for a lot of different countries. There's also the Suez Canal that is right next door. So, there's possible, like economic reasons behind this that they're hiding behind ideological or religious.
They just want to control the whole region, the Greater Israel Project. They just want to dominate the whole region.
Yeah, sure. I mean, that's colonialism.
Iran. Like Benjamin Netanyahu came to Congress in like 2002, I believe, and said, Saddam Hussein has weapons of mass destruction, and look what happened. It was a lie.
Yeah, he said the same about Iran just recently.
Yeah.
And every time he doesn't have hard proof.
I'm tired of these guys,
Yeah, I would agree on that.
We need Nick Fuentes for president. We need him.
No. What are you talking about? Nick Fuentes is an idiot.
We need him.
Why?
Weapon?
Why? What's so great about Nick Fuentes? Please, let's talk about
I'll tell you what's great about Nick Fuentes is he isn't scared to practice his First Amendment constitutional right. He isn't scared to.
Nor am I.
He speaks. No, I think you are scared. You don't want to get fired.
Fired?
Well, I don't know. Maybe you are, but he's not scared. He's been canceled so many times, but he seems to come back and he speaks the truth. He speaks the truth that people are uncomfortable to talk about.
Do you think that he would deny that the Holocaust happened?
Do
you think the Holocaust happened?
But he doubts the narrative. He doubts the narrative for sure.
Okay, so I have a degree in history. I've studied World War II extensively. That was what my most of my engagement was with World War II and the after effects and the effects before.
Yeah,
the Holocaust happened, dude. We have pictures.
No, I agree.
And that stupid joke that's told over and over again on the America First podcast, if you will, about cookies, and if you're trying to cook 6 million cookies and you only have so many ovens, how do you would have to be cooking this many cookies each day. That's not how they did the mass unaliving that they did during the Holocaust. It's wild to me that people think that incinerating was the form of unaliving. There's a little thing called Zyklon B that was a gas that was used in what they called the quote unquote showers on the death camps, and they could unalive people by the dozens at once. So this whole narrative that Nick Fuentes has always been pushing that there should be doubt in the Holocaust, or that
there should be.
No, yeah. What are you talking about? Are you not listening? Are you not listening?
It's suspicious that 20 countries have banned the conversation. You can't even have a conversation about it. You can't even doubt it. You can't have a conversation. They'll literally ban you and send you to prison if you talk about
that's up to the countries, and that's whatever.
No,
I mean, however, they're involved.
What are they hiding?
They're not hiding anything.
Something.
You can see.
Yes,
you can go onto these death camps. You can actually go visit them.
Dude, there's no gas ever found. The walls were so thin.
Zyklon B. The
soldiers would have died.
We have found Zyklon B. We have extensive paperwork. All of history. There's archives.
Tell me then.
There's so much that they have found.
Yeah,
we actually have
the
museums.
The death toll was 200,000. It was not 6 million.
That is the most dumbest shit I have ever heard.
How? World War II is written by winners, by the way.
Do you know what it was like to be in Poland during the Nazi occupation? Do you have any idea the type of fear that those people lived in? Have you ever read Elie Wiesel's Nights?
Dude,
have you ever read The Diary of Anne Frank? I'm not pushing any religion on you, dude. I'm trying to explain to you the unequivocal objective truth of history, because I have a degree in history. This is not some sort of platform where you could just make up lies. And yeah, you are. Where is your source about 200,000?
You have to look at the real archives.
There are skeletons.
Of the German Red
there
Cross.
Are mass graves. We have seen footage. We have people that survived these camps, firsthand accounts. This is better than what Jesus ever had. Jesus doesn't even have a firsthand account.
What do you mean he does? He has Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
Bullshit, dude. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John were anonymous authors.
This is better than what Jesus.
Hello? Why am I'm getting a
Hello?
turn off
Hi.
the other stream.
Yeah, got it.
I hear somebody else now.
Sorry.
Oh, somebody else is on here. Okay. Well, you are
Oh.
like the dumbest person I've ever talked to.
How?
Go read
You're,
some
you
actual
make that
history.
in your personality. Nobody makes that about their personality because of their people who suffered. Like, that's bullcrap.
Dude, you are
You
trying
don't hear
to
on
you're
me
trying to
crying about, you know,
recreate history, dude. You're trying to revise
I'm not
history.
trying to recreate history.
Yeah, you just said that 200,000
I just
people
the
are
Holocaust is not
what
my
was
religion, dude. The Holocaust is not my religion. Like, why can't I have a discussion about it in like 20 countries?
I'm not religion doesn't matter. What I'm saying is that
No,
we have
you're
firsthand
you're making the
accounts.
Holocaust into a religion. It's
When
literally a
when I'm
religion now.
saying
You have to accept
credibility,
the number.
when it comes to
No, you have to
credibility,
accept the
the
number 6
Holocaust is
million. That's
way
what
more
they.
credible than the existence of Jesus.
No, it's not, dude. Even atheist
Absolutely.
scholars what?
What
Even
atheist scholars?
agree
What
Jesus
atheist scholars?
existed.
Are you gonna say Bart Ehrman?
No, I searched it up. Most atheist scholars
Well, most
accept
atheist
Jesus
scholars.
existed.
I know
They
plenty of
doubt his
atheist scholars that would
they doubt his
complete.
divinity,
I
though,
know them
which is a good
personally.
conversation.
I know them personally,
Pardon?
and they would not agree with you.
Well, you're an idiot.
No, I'm not an idiot. I
Yeah,
actually
you are.
I
Most
own
atheist
a.
scholars agree Jesus existed.
So
His divinity is where
have
they
you ever
question.
watched
That's
the
it.
YouTube channel that you actually came on to? It's called Deconstruction Junction, right? It's about deconstructing religious, lies, and it's about like taking the Bible
Are you
and
an
looking.
atheist
Am I an atheist? Yeah, of course.
or an agnostic? Okay, so where do you get your morals from?
Morals are subjective, you dumbass.
So you don't know if murder's right or wrong, right?
Okay,
It's just a
can you tell
preference.
me the objective
Wait, it's just a
definition? Can
preference,
you
right?
no, hold
So
on.
like, how do you know
Can
the
you tell me
Holocaust
the
is truly
objective
bad if it's
definition?
true?
Can you tell me the objective definition of what murder is? Where is the objective definition of murder? Where's that kept?
Go again.
Where's the objective definition of murder kept?
Like
If it's
Can you
objective,
elaborate
if
more?
it's objective, then that means there's one definition. There's nothing that's left up for interpretation. Murder
Yeah.
is
Murder is wrong.
what? No, what is the definition of murder? The objective definition. If
Murder is
morals
killing
if
murder-
morals
yeah.
have objectivity, that means that every single moral quandary that is any kind of binary yes or no, is this moral or is this immoral, is laid out somewhere. Does the Bible have every single moral quandary told to you? Does it tell you how you should dress? Like completely? Does it tell you exactly how to navigate a, possibly like tough situation? Does it tell you that it's more moral to drive a car compared to riding a bike? No. Morals
There's
are
no cars back
objective,
then.
my guy. Like it's
Mor-
very clear
wait,
that
what?
morals
I thought
are
you
a
said they're
human
subjective.
construct. And like it's silly to even like go
Yeah, you're
beyond that.
done?
So where's the objective morals?
Are you
Can I
rage
find them
quitting?
on the dark side of the moon? Are they written into a rock?
No, God said in the Bible.
Who?
Well,
Who's
that's where I
God?
get my morals from. I have my morals from.
Do you mean
something.
Yahweh?
You have
Are you
morals from
talking? Are
nothing.
you referring to the like Sumerian god of like the desert?
I'm talking about
Yahweh?
God. Talking about the God of Abraham.
I don't even know if Abraham existed. I would say that most scholars would agree that Abraham probably didn't exist. They can't prove anything beyond like 500 BC.
Okay, how do you know Napoleon existed?
Napoleon didn't do anything supernatural.
No. How do you know he existed?
I don't care. Did Napoleon walk on water?
You don't care. The same the way we know Jesus existed because people interacted with him. They literally
Not
talked
to
with
mention
him, dude.
there's firsthand accounts of Napoleon existing. We have
That's the same
letters.
thing with
We
Jesus.
have
Jesus had eyewitnesses. He had accounts.
no.
People
Tell me, show
literally
me.
went on his Mount of Sermon.
Where's your proof?
Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John.
No,
500
Matthew,
Jews
Mark, Luke, and
converted to
John weren't
Christianity.
named until
Okay,
centuries later by a guy named Irenaeus.
I don't think that's true.
Look it up.
Okay, I'll look it up. But,
They were anonymous
my question to
accounts
you-
that Irenaeus and the council that decided what would be considered canon and not canon they just put these names to them. There's
even
nothing
Roman
in.
historians and historians, sorry, that even
Who do you
said
think?
that there's a bunch of disciples following this guy named I think it's Christiso, how he pronounces it, like something that translates
Crestus.
to Jesus.
Yeah, it's Crestus,
Yeah.
and you're talking about Tacitus. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
still not Jesus, right? So Crestus is a title.
What do you mean? It sounds exactly like
Crestus is a title.
the
Anybody
Bible,
that could
the
be
New
a
Testament.
leader could be considered the Crestus, right? So
Yeah.
we don't have anything. We don't have anything there. We don't have. We
Yeah,
have
we do. We
Josephus.
definitely do.
You have the Testimonium Flavianum, which is Josephus, which was written, decades later, probably at the end of the 1st century, closer into the 2nd century, and that's actually been proven as an interpolation. Even Christian scholars, if I may use your own argument against you, would agree with that. That the Catholic Church and church leaders centuries later put that into Josephus's writing, because Josephus in Antiquities of the Jews has the Testimonium Flavianum, but Josephus has the same writings in, I think it's War of the Jews, and there's no part of that book that ever mentions Jesus. So we still have zero, like goose eggs on Jesus's existence. There's nothing. You got nothing.
No, there's
dude.
something. So wait,
No,
you think this fictional?
There's nothing.
You
dude.
think? Wait, so you think a fictional guy like
faith? That's all you
convinced
got.
1 billion people.
Why should I put any weight behind anything you say when you got nothing to back it up, dude? There's plenty.
I just told you I witnessed
There's
testimony,
plenty
man,
to
that
back up.
interacted with him.
Dude, I don't want to let you up just because he can't hear you. But I will let you up after we're done. Actually, I got another guy here. We could talk about this at another time. I do have another guest. Dude, drop the Nick Fuentes stuff, dude. The reason why you're an incel and why girls don't want to mess with
I'm
you.
not even an incel, dude.
No, okay. Well, then I don't know why you're listening to an incel then.
Dude, you make the Holocaust your...
Boom. You're gone. What an idiot. Good Lord. All right. UT Gackett. How you doing?
Wait, Uteen Gackett? No, my name is...
it says, Asaf. Sorry.
Yeah. Yes, I'm actually running for mayor of Tel Aviv in Israel. I'm speaking to you from Israel right now.
Okay. And what are your thoughts?
I mean, I just heard your discussion with him. I think that I don't think it's a healthy reaction towards Nick Fuentes. I think you should debate Nick Fuentes, and you should debate, and you should respect anyone. Like I don't think he was bad faith. I don't think this person, and also Nick Fuentes, I don't think these are bad faith people.
No, I think that it is bad faith to just like take the words of some random podcaster and not like cross-reference it with anything, and to just go off of this really disgusting narrative that the Holocaust was a lie. Do you believe that the Holocaust was a lie?
I actually used to, I'm Jewish, and my grandparents ran away from Europe and arrived in Israel. So I'm the last person to deny the Holocaust. But I went through a phase of, questioning if Hitler was involved, if the numbers are correct, just being a scientific.
Have you ever read Mein Kampf?
Actually, I did, and I liked some parts of it.
Do you think that he had a point?
I didn't read the whole thing, but the parts that I did like, I read multiple times, and I loved, like the way he talks about his history teacher. I think that's beautiful. I used to be a teacher, so I find it very relatable. Like it's like the way he described how his history teacher taught him and probably created him. I mean, he's partially created by his history teacher, and I was influenced. I'm a politician. I'm philosophical. I'm very emotional, and I'm very motivated, partially by Hitler. I think he was emotional. He was
you
an
realize,
artist.
like, if Hitler knew that you existed, you would have been thrown into like a boxcar,
I know.
not fed. You would have been thrown then into a you would have been shaved. I mean, it doesn't look like you have much hair. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
you would have been deloused. You would have been had all your possessions taken away from you. Your family would not have been notified. They would have locked you up in a bunker, with many, way too many people. They're sleeping on the floors. They're sleeping two to a bed, three to a bed, probably. There are people that were suffering and dying. We have firsthand accounts of this. I mean, like, we have diaries, we have like rosters. there's unbelievable evidence
I'm
to
I'm
support
saying
what
no. I
history
would
has
never.
told us. It wasn't that
No,
long ago that this happened. It
no,
hasn't
but
even been 100 years.
I'm the grandson of actual Holocaust
And I'm
survivors.
the
So you,
grandson of somebody that was kept in the same camps as a Holocaust
okay,
survivor.
so you don't have to like if you're trying to convince me that the Holocaust happened, I never questioned if it happened. I questioned the numbers. I actually was influenced by the president of the Palestinian Authority. He actually did his PhD on the Holocaust, and he questioned the numbers, and I just followed his logic.
Now,
Uh,
like, numbers for something like the Dresden firebombs, I could maybe agree with you on, right? So the Dresden firebombing that happened in Germany, uh, there's numbers that range from a couple dozen thousand to hundreds of thousands. But when it comes to the Holocaust, and the amount of, like, it was possible to process, I guess it's a terrible term, uh these people with the Zyklon B gassing, and other methods that they used. Actually, I remember, like, being in 6th grade, well, it might have been 7th or 8th. I wrote a paper that I had to research on the different methods that they used to unalive the Jews and gays, and the Romani people, people that were handicapped. It wasn't just Jewish people. It was a lot of people. They had to give them patches that have different signs so they could keep track of them. There's nothing that backs up that 6 million really is. It seems like a lot, and it is a lot, but when you take into account that this was going on for about a decade, it's not really that much. Like,
I'm not saying
when
that
you
I'm even
when you see
questioning.
that they're gassing these people by the dozens.
I'm not saying that I'm questioning it today. I said I went through a
Seems
phase
a
when
little bit like you might be questioning it today, which is concerning for somebody that's going to be running for mayor of Tel Aviv.
no, I'm not questioning it. I mean, I don't care today. I don't care about the number. I used to just care a little bit to the degree that I questioned it. It's not that
To
I
the
don't
accuracy?
question it. Yeah, it's not that I don't question it today. I don't care. Like, I don't care for the Holocaust at this point. As far as I'm concerned, it's prehistoric. We should not
Do you
bring
know
it up.
why we keep history?
I don't. So,
It's so we
uh,
don't repeat it, right?
yeah. I mean,
Now, I don't know how much is going on over in America right now, but we actually have very similar things that align with the rise of Mustache Man Hitler and his secret police, and how all of that went down.
so
Fascism is something that I find very dangerous, and very moving to a lot of people, because they don't like to think for themselves. It's actually been proven in many, like, psychological studies that authoritarianism and taking orders is actually quite easy for people to do, even against their own family or neighbors. So when it comes to these types of things, I think that history is very important. And the historiography of the Holocaust is extensive. And it's silly to me to say that it didn't matter or doesn't matter, especially as a Jewish person. I mean, the
well,
Bible, the Torah, sorry, the Tanakh is filled with multiple accounts of times in Jewish history where the Jews were held either in exile or they were imprisoned. They lost, their history, their like culture. They've had to like piece it back together multiple times. That's why we have a lot of conflicting accounts in the Tanakh, specifically when it comes to the Nevi'im. So
I honestly, I really don't care for history. I gotta be honest. I mean, I'm a student of
then you're
history. I
doomed to
love.
repeat it.
I tend to disagree. I don't think you. So I have a theory of what moves history. I studied history extensively, and
This is
according
wild.
to
I just as a history major, somebody with a history degree, this is like the wildest stuff I've ever heard. Like, I love history. I don't know how anybody
I love
could just like
history.
disregard No, you just said you didn't. You said that you don't care about history, that you're it doesn't matter to you. So I don't get
Right.
why you would say that then.
I don't care for the Holocaust. I don't care for the Roman. I mean, I studied and I love studying the Roman Empire and all the empires and Göbekli Tepe and and anthropology. I'm always studying. I'm always studying every topic, quantum mechanics and
That's
I'm
physics. That's
always.
not history. But yeah, go on.
I'm saying I'm always studying anything and everything in languages.
Oh, that's good.
Right. I don't think it's important to know about the Holocaust for the average person. I don't think it means anything.
What do you think you could do for Tel Aviv as mayor?
Well, I believe well, that's a good question.
You should probably have the answer to that question like ready to go if you're trying to run for mayor.
Yeah.
Don't you
Probably
think?
should. Yeah.
This is just like simple politics. Do you have a manager? Are you running a campaign or are you just like a troll?
No. I have an extensive campaign, and
what's your platform? Like what like ideology? Like what is your purpose for running for mayor?
Well, first of all, you can go to my YouTube channel, and there's plenty of videos.
Well, I would like to
where
hear
I
it from
go-
the horse's mouth. I would
Well,
like to hear it
it's
from you. Like
It
what?
doesn't
Just
matter.
give me your elevator pitch.
So let me just tell. It's all in Hebrew, except for maybe one video.
I can understand Hebrew.
Oh, so you can watch all my videos. Anyway, so maybe I'll skip to the middle of the platform because it is very philosophical, very deep. So from the middle. So I believe, based on economic theory, that the best for Israel, for the average Israeli citizen, is to become wealthier. Israel is actually a very poor country, and it's becoming poorer.
Yeah, there's not much for natural resources.
Well, actually, scientifically speaking, natural resources are actually called a curse in economic theory. Usually they correlate with poverty, like countries that are wealthy in natural resources are poor and full of corruption.
Such as which countries? Like Iran?
You can look.
I mean, they have a lot of oil in Iran.
I guess Iran and Africa, there's plenty of examples in Africa.
I would say that the reason why they're poor is not because of their natural resources. It's because Britain, Israel, America were colonial they went in and colonized and they kept them. Are you pro colonization?
I'm like, my goal for Israel is to conquer the planet.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm actually empirical or imperial. Like I'd like to ultimately be the emperor of the planet. I have a multi-stage platform.
Okay. How would you become emperor of the planet?
Well, if I become the mayor of Tel Aviv and I turn the citizens of Tel Aviv into like uber wealthy individuals, the rest of Israel is going to get very excited. They're going to want to also be very wealthy. They'll appoint me as the prime minister of Israel. And after that, we'll go for the Middle East. I'll offer the Middle East to unite, and I'll offer everyone just the same. I can turn everyone.
Do you think that that's just like just easy as pie to just like snap your fingers and just say, hey, everybody, you should just all unite? Or are you saying that you would use other means like nuclear warfare or biological warfare, warfare in general?
No, I'm very peaceful. I'm against war. There's no reason for any war. That's why I don't even think you should be mean to the person you were speaking to before, or to Nick Fuentes, or to any anti-Semite, or even to Hitler. And so I'm not against anyone. Even my
I'm sorry. You kind of consider me old school, you know. I'm like Indiana Jones, where if you're a fascist, I'll probably punch you in the face, you know. And like really what you're talking about is like fascism even worse. Like why would you want to be emperor of a whole planet?
No, democratic. No. I
didn't say anything about democratic. I'm saying an emperor is not democratic. People don't vote an emperor in.
Okay. So I want to be a democratically elected president of the universe. Let's call it, but always democrat. I don't want to be anything.
Man, you are like on a really rough start to that. Like the worst start to get like democratically elected to anything. You know, I gotta let you go, man. You are just out there, dude. Like I think that like before I let you go though, I think that you have serious delusions of grandeur that you might want to like go see a professional about. Otherwise I think you're just like trolling me. I think you might just be playing like, you know, internet troll, where I'm actually trying to have a good faith conversation here. I find it actually quite, you know, rude to say things without like any sort of, you know, like actual facts behind them, which that's what I got mad about with the last guest. Now you're coming up here, you don't even know your own platform, but you're saying that you're running for mayor of Tel Aviv. I don't like get mad at me for saying bullshit. I mean, what do you got to say about that?
I mean, if you want to let
I don't care.
like being...
That's right. I don't give a shit. What the fuck, y'all? That was crazy. That was like, yeah, bad marketing. Worst marketing ever. That guy will not get guest for anything. Or not guest. He won't get elected for nothing out there. Did you hear that?
Okay. I came in at the very end, so I am kindly requesting you gotta clip it because I've got to hear the rest of that. I missed most of it.
That was like the wildest like two guests I've ever had ever. Back to back.
What happened before?
Oh, there was a Nick Fuentes incel guy.
No.
That was trying to he was trying to cast doubt on the Holocaust and shit. And I was just like, dude, you're living in a freaking dream world. Like, the shit is wild. How can anybody believe these idiots? I mean, like, I get it. Like, I'm talking on an online platform just like Nick Fuentes does. But you can look up my shit. I actually recommend, like, fact check me. I have degrees in these things. You know, like when it comes to history, I did study these things extensively. I've seen the disgusting pictures. I know about the different compounds that were used to, you know, wipe out ethnically the Jewish people. It's wild that, and this, did you hear the last guy there, that Tel Aviv mayor guy? He was saying that he liked Hitler and thought that Hitler was like, that he liked Mein Kampf and what Hitler like had to say. It was like some of the wildest shit I've ever heard.
When I came in, that's where he was at.
Yeah.
And I was like, no. So I've got to know what he had said before. Like I need that.
He was like chiding me about like kind of going off on the guy before him about Nick Fuentes, because I said that Nick Fuentes was an idiot and an ideologue, that he, you know, doesn't have any facts to back up what he's saying. He likes to cast doubt, which I think is dangerous, and that it's just wild to me, like some of the stuff that they were trying to defend there. And then this guy came on, and I at first I read the wrong like thing for his title, but then I saw his name was like Asaf something, and it says running for mayor of Tel Aviv, and he had the Israeli flag behind him, and I was like, okay, well, this is interesting. This guy is going to be the complete opposite of what the previous guest just said, and he was just like, well, history, you know, what's the big deal anyways? I don't care about the Holocaust. And it's like, dude, you're saying that as a Jewish man from Israel that's trying to run for mayor?
My gosh. I could only imagine if one of the rabbis was in here.
Oh, I know. That was wild. Oh,
I knew he was trolling you the moment he said Emperor of the World.
He says, if you want me to explain, I'm available. Dude, I want you to go get help. That's what I want. I want you to like go tell this to like a professional and get diagnosed, because that's wild.
Moment he said Emperor of the World, I was like, no, this guy's trolling.
Yeah, that's when I kind of like was starting to check out, because
nobody comes to that and is serious.
Yeah, exactly. Like
anymore though, it's hard to know. It's hard. That's the sad part, is it's so hard to know anymore now if it's really, if it's truth or not. And I don't know, I've kind of more and more it's because it's so difficult. It's like I've got to, at a certain point, you've got to take somebody at their word, and I don't know.
Druzilla, yeah, I'm the host. This is my YouTube channel, so if I ever go live, it's on here. Otherwise, I have a TikTok channel. Sorry, I was just responding to chat. Everybody wants to.
Classic.
Yeah, it's a good song, actually. A really good
song. It is.
But I don't want to rule the world. I mean, I probably wouldn't be a bad ruler, I guess.
You were singing it. I was like, I don't. That's too much work.
His entire platform was they're going to get rich and they're going to get excited about being rich. Therefore, they're going to help me rule the world. What?
Yeah, that is like some straight up like, dude, are you sure you didn't
sound logic?
Were you dropped on your head, or like did you get in a car wreck or something? Because like I don't know if your thinking like is all there. What else did he was saying that he's like totally for colonialism and like colonizing, but he wants to be democratically elected.
That's not how that works.
I mean, it can work if you have like the CIA go in and disrupt your whole like status quo, and then convince them somehow that you're the better option. But
I mean, like America does with South America and the Middle East,
pretty much. But still, like that involves a lot of power, and I don't know. I don't even know. Oh, so you would not be a bad ruler? So how are we different? Because I actually like help people, and I care about people, and I care about history, and I know about the mistakes that have been made in the past where it's very clear that you don't. So you're talking about me but not allowing me to respond. Yeah, you're wild, dude. Actually, like, get off my platform. Like, go away. Hide. Yeah. Bye-bye.
But I was just calling up to check on you. Are you doing okay after your shark attack?
Wait, did I get a shark attack?
Yeah. You got a Sarah shark raid.
Oh, thank you, Sarah.
She said, tell Benny shark attack.
Oh, Sarah's the best. What a sweetheart.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Sarah like made sure to like come in and mention that she was watching and everything yesterday. And I was like, oh, thank you. I appreciate you. For everybody that's coming in right now, I am taking guests. I'm just putting up this like, you know, what do you think the problem is on both sides? I feel like a lot of people are both sidesing American politics lately, saying that both sides are just as bad. You just missed a bunch of craziness. I had Nick Fuentes incel and a Groyper, and then right after that, I had a guy that claims he was running for the mayor of Tel Aviv in Israel, and he was agreeing with the Groyper.
Watch him get elected, and we're gonna sit here like, what the fuck?
Honestly,
I
nowadays,
asked him what his platform was. Like, what's your stance? Like, why are you running? And he was just like, well,
it's very philosophical and deep.
Hey, Lilith.
Yeah,
and
it's
hey,
very
Tilting.
philosophical and deep. But basically, I just want to rule the world. That's really what it is.
Yeah, Jen, I also feel very icked out, like doubly icked by both of those guys. I was just like, you guys are freaking. This is just random people that come on the internet. I remember the days that like random people I would meet on the internet were like, for the most part, normal. Like they might have some weird, fets or kinks or whatever, but they weren't like completely delusional like these two were. Wow.
Well, thank you for dealing with them, because I gotta commend you. I absolutely could not do it. But I'm gonna drop down.
Okay.
But just really quickly, are you doing okay though?
I'm doing a lot better.
Good.
My dad's got a big surgery coming up next week. So I might be a little like here and there. I'm trying to come back on, trying to go live, trying to help out the channel a little bit more. We're doing all right. We got 31 viewers over there. When Mezzo went solo, we took a big hit when it came to the Deconstruction Junctions YouTube channel.
Yeah.
So it's like, oh gosh, I want to do some more, kind of engagey and give people on YouTube like the ability to call in. But with your help, Tahir, and Volsi and just everybody, like Dugald, when I can get you on there, like it's just all been great. I appreciate it so much. We have Girls Gone Godless that's been going on, and that has been awesome.
Yeah.
Super exciting. If you guys subscribe to the channel, if you're over there on YouTube, we have a bunch of great shows that we're featuring. They all have probably their own YouTube channels, but we do like to simulcast to help get their names out there and help them platform, because we unlike the last two people believe in critical thinking and we believe in truth. So thank you so much, Tahir. I really appreciate that. And after next week, I'm hoping things slow the F down. My mom's got one more scan. After that, we'll kind of know more on how like things are gonna go beyond. But she's doing a lot better. I'm doing a lot better. I kind of took a pause on things because I wanted to make sure my parents were healthy, and that I was getting them, to chemo and to whatever they needed to do. And that meant, I had to put things on pause a little bit because I'm a one thing at a time kind of guy.
And those are very big things.
Big things, yeah.
Yeah. Totally get it, but glad to have you back. Good to see your face.
You too.
Absolutely adore you, Benny.
Aw, I adore you too. Oh,
all right, I'm out of here.
Make me feel
Oh, thank you.
All right. I'll bump you. Hold on. Oh, no, you're gone.
I'm gonna go too.
Okay,
I also
Liz.
was coming up to say hi and to check on you. We miss you.
I know it's been a while. But hopefully we can get some more chats going on, or if not, it is what it is. But yeah, I want to do more discussions. We can go into all kinds of topics. It doesn't have to just be about politics. But thank you. Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to say? Liz is one of our admins, along with Tahir, who was just up with the Deconstruction Junction Discord, which is in partnership with people like Dugald, who is a creator. And you may have heard of Deconstruction Zone or Justin. We do host these creators in our Discord, so you are able to talk to them if you want. We do have pages that we share a bunch of information on. I think Lilith right now is putting up the Discord information into the YouTube chat if you're interested. We discuss a lot of religious, like deconstruction and, things like counter apologetics. We do have a political side, though, that I would like to touch on a little bit more, especially considering, recent U.S. citizen deaths at the hands of our government. The Discord is, by the way, it's discord.gg/deconjct, which is short for junction. Also follow Dugald because he goes live much more than I do.
Yeah, if you like politics type talks too, he does a lot more of those than some of our other creators as well. I just wanted to point out one thing I think was an interesting point and another red flag of that last guest. When you went on to describe what would have happened to him specifically if he was there during the time Mustache Man was doing what he was doing, the smile on that man's face.
That was weird, right? Like that was like he had to have been trolling, and I think that he might have been like schnazzy, like leaning or something. Obviously he was. I mean, it doesn't matter if you're Jewish or not. You could still be a Jewish Nazi.
He was basically a Nazi apologist.
Yeah, that was wild.
As a Jewish man.
Sitting there that he loved Mein Kampf, even though he said he's never, or like he read it, but he didn't read the whole thing.
But the parts he read, he really liked.
Yeah.
And
his history teacher. But then he said that he didn't care for history, even though he really liked what Hitler had to say about his history teacher.
It leads me more to think that like he wasn't trolling, but it's just genuine. Like, he needs to see somebody.
Yeah,
you know?
like delusion. I could see that. I could see where. Oops. Sorry, my start menu came up. Where, maybe he was indoctrinated or something, and I'm always fine in these lives. Maria, what's going on? I'm always trying to make sure who I follow isn't going to shape me for deconstruction. Isn't okay. I don't know what that means, Maria, but yeah, I mean, it's okay if you don't want to join the Discord or follow or whatever. I mean, you are your own rainbow. Also,
anyway,
fuck Ice. Go on.
Fuck Ice. Appreciate you. Love you. Good to see you and talk to you.
Appreciate you too.
Let's keep going. Hopefully the next one isn't as interesting.
Yeah, if we get another one, we'll see here. We do have a little bit of people in here though. It's growing. So let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's get some good stuff going on. Everybody tap the screen if you can, or share the live out. Try and stay on for another 30 minutes or so. So yeah, Liz, you don't have to stay up. If you want to stay up, you're more than free to, though.
I mean, I guess I will. I'm cooking right now. I'm just hanging out.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yeah, tap the damn screen.
Yeah, tap the damn screen, everybody. Share it out to your favorite both sidser. It doesn't have to be necessarily like a MAGA Republican or AOC loving Democrat. I'm wanting to hear from the people that are fence sitting, the people that are like, I'm an independent, that are saying that it's both sides that are really the problem here. It's all politicians. I want to hear more from you, because like I tend to hear only that, which is both sides, and then that's all you have to say. You don't ever like back it up. Like what on each side is being said that is equivocal to each other. Because what I'm seeing is, I'll just compare the last administration to this one, right? So Biden versus Trump's second administration. First year even, Biden did a lot to basically make up for the damage that happened with COVID, helped get us out of the economic struggles. We were one of the first countries or like the fastest countries to rebound from COVID. He set up like the Chips and Sciences Act. The job that I have now was part of the American Rescue Plan Act, in which I was actually able to help the state that I live in give out in grants $25 million to over 109 different grant projects that helped keep providers for mental health and behavioral health in our state, because we had something that we like to call it the brain drain, where once people got their licenses or once they graduated college, they were like, I got to get out of this state because there's no future here. And that was because there wasn't a very good structure that was up for them. So what we did is we used the money for COVID relief given to us by the Department of Defense to help keep people in the state and to help train and provide them with the technology that would allow them to have telehealth. So people that need behavioral or mental help could get it from their houses, or maybe somewhere locally, so they could actually get it in these rural areas, because the state I live in it can be very rural in parts, where you don't want to have to drive 3 hours just to go tell your psych that you need another refill on your Paxil or something. Asher, I mean, both sides are awful, but I'll never vote red. Yeah, that's like kind of where I'm standing now. Like, I agree. Like, I'm just very disappointed in like the Democrats. At one point, it did seem like they were on the right track, and maybe I had a little bit of the like rose-colored whatever in front of my eyes. Like, I wasn't seeing it for what it is. But after like that government shutdown that happened, and just like the like milquetoast response to how Israel is being treated on like the global stage and like diplomatically, it's just also, if the Democrats lost an election, most of the time you would, axe the leadership. But for some reason, Chuck Schumer, Cory Booker, Hakeem Jeffries, a lot of these people are still like the leadership in the Democratic Party, even though they like literally lost a presidential election. Usually they would be kicked out, but here we are. And I just saw, like, after the Alex Preddy incident in Minneapolis, that Chuck Schumer was gonna like write a very strongly worded letter, and it's like, do something. Like, freaking do something. Like, don't actually write a stupid letter. Like, that's nothing. 7 Democrats actually voted to keep funding what's going on with ICE and to give them bonuses. That don't make any sense to me. That's disappointing. And yeah, so I would say that both sides suck right now. There's a few members that might stick out. There's some stuff like James Tallarico. I think that what he's got to say, even though he's very Christian, he exemplifies the type of Christian that I probably wouldn't have a problem with, as an atheist. I would say that he probably would side more with the atheists of the world. So yeah, James Tallarico, guys like him, maybe even like partly Pete Buttigieg. I think that he's kind of milquetoast. He kind of plays it safe. I like people that stand 10 toes down on subjects. AOC, at least she's got, conviction, and that's what I'm asking for. Yeah, $42,000 a year bonus was signed in for them, and I think they already had a huge bonus, or they were given like $60,000 to pay off their student loans, and there was like a sign-on bonus. That's just wild to me. Like, what a waste of money. And I explained this earlier, like, ICE does not need to have the presence that it does where it is, like in Minneapolis. We actually deported people just fine within the Obama administration, the first Trump administration, the Biden administration, and even the Clinton administration and Bush, that we didn't need to have this like weird door-to-door knocking, secret police, blah, 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 like Gestapo shit, where people are in fear of taking their kids to school. The women are afraid because they've seen another woman who was a U.S. citizen get shot and murdered in plain sight. Whether or not, she deserved it, like, that doesn't matter to me. Like, U.S. citizens are dying. and it's because of this directly. Their whole premise is that they're sending out ICE to make you feel safer, to make Americans safer. All I'm seeing is Americans are dying. So please make that make sense.
And deporting less people than the previous presidents have combined.
Well, yeah, exactly. Like, and they didn't have to have this door-to-door knocking, 3,000 people in a city that normally has 600 officers that cover all of their law enforcement. If you have 3,000 agents, you're flooding the system, which is clear. That's like very, very much the point. They're trying to make it havoc, so people do protest. If you want to ask me, and don't take me on this like as fact, but it seems like they're trying to recreate Black Lives Matter, so people protest and start, getting really mad, so they can enact the Insurrection Act, and then have more impunity. It's as if they don't have that already. I mean, they already own the House. They own the Senate. If anything, the American people are probably going to not want to vote for these same people coming up on the midterms. So I wouldn't be surprised if they don't try and do something really crazy before the midterms, because I really don't think that people are liking the direction that things are going. I'm not seeing too much pushback over in the YouTube chat, which is interesting. There was a lot earlier where they were saying, go ICE, things like that, but not so much more. But the mods are keeping it pretty chill over there. I love my mods. They're the best people. Beyond that, I do want to hash out this whole both sides thing, though. I think that that's something that is very important to me. I think that is probably the number one talking point that I hear from your average Joe when it comes to political talk. And so if you do have an opinion, you can just join up as a guest. Down here, there's a little pink and blue guy on TikTok. Otherwise, if you are watching on YouTube, you can just type in tinyurl.com/deconjunk into a browser, and it's free, and you can come on and I can bring you on. Unfortunately, I thought I had it figured out. The guests on TikTok can't hear the guests on Video Ninja. I had it working one time. Apparently not anymore. They're speaking a native language my husband used to help asylum cases. And if you remember, Trump said they're coming over. There's a language yeah, if they're coming from a different country and they're not speaking English, they're not going to be speaking English. Trump is the dumbest MFer I've come across in a long time. I don't know how anybody looks up to the guy, other than he has a lot of money and his wife is, to some people, attractive. Other than that, she's got an accent. I don't know why ICE doesn't go after her. If she wasn't married to Donald Trump and if she was walking around in Minneapolis, what's to stop ICE from saying, hey, you have an accent, you need to come with us? Anyways,
It wouldn't.
yeah, it wouldn't. Beyond that, yeah, if we don't get a guest here within probably the next, I don't know, by the end of the 30-minute here, let's see, at 5:40, I'm in Central Time right now, 6:40 Pacific Time, and that's 3:40 or sorry, 6:40 Eastern time, and then 3:40 Pacific Time. If I don't get anything within the next 7 minutes, I might wrap it up. I've been talking for a little bit. I still have a little bit of a sore throat that I've been trying to get over for the last couple of weeks. That's why I didn't go live last week. I thought maybe one more week of letting my voice kind of chill. But if we do get a guest, if anybody out there wants to come up and talk, then yeah, let's talk. Come on up. Type in this to your URL browser and you can come on, or you can come on through TikTok. You can just find me at Benny_boy__. I believe is what I'm under on TikTok, if that's easier for you. Oh, thank you, Buddy Christ. You follow me on TikTok. Is that the same Buddy Christ as Buddy C? I saw you in the TikTok chat. But thank you for saying that on YouTube. Let's see what's going on over here. Anything new with y'all, Dugald or Liz? Any news that you guys have?
No, nothing major.
Yeah, things seem to kind of chilled out. I don't know if they're pushing me out. Oh, that is you, buddy? Okay. Just wanted to make sure. I hope you're doing well, buddy. It's been a bit since we've had a chance to say hi to each other. So hi, and I hope you're doing well. I'm doing well. Things were a little touch and go there for a second, but we're on the up and up. It's probably because I pulled my like this. So Lilith over on the YouTube chat was saying that I'm a lot quieter, and it's probably because I leaned back a little bit. I don't know why, but this mic just has like very, very weird. It's touchy. Yeah, I can try and boost the mic a little bit more through OBS. Let me try. Properties. I have so many things going on my computer right now. Mic. Oh, maybe that's why. Hello. How does that sound? Does that sound a little bit better over there on YouTube? Let me know. Let's see. Maria is talking to Jen. Oh, Christ before Jesus. Benny is the type of guy who can name like 4 subspecies of iguanas. I don't know if I could name any like subspecies of iguanas, but I do like my friend Gaster. He might be in here still. He does play this daily game where we do have to guess the like animal based off of clues on how they like fall within the like evolutionary clades. So yeah, you're not far off.
That actually kind of sounds fun, not gonna lie.
It is like, because it starts off, you know, like, oh, there's like a fish that like a bonefish or something that like everything is evolved from, and then you'll be like, okay, well, let's go with like a bird of some type, and then it'll like say like, okay, well, it's not a bird, and you'll be like, okay, mammal, and you know, you go from there, and like you kind of narrow it down with each guess. It's a very, very interesting little daily game. Keeps your mind sharp, and you learn a little bit. I think the last one that we played that I remember, it was the neon green python, I think is what it's called, like the green python. It's a really pretty snake, but it got very, very specific. Daniel is coming on through TikTok.
Yo, what up, bro?
Hi, Daniel. Can I get your age real quick?
I'm 18, bro.
All right. And what brings you on to the live?
No, I just saw this live and like saw the debate thing,
Mm-hmm.
and I just like found it a little interesting.
Sure. So what's your take?
So, what does this thing say? Why do you think the problem is some? Oh, okay.
Do you think that Republicans have been more so causing the, you know, bad stuff, if you will, that's going
Yeah.
on in the news, or do you think that the Democrats are just as much to blame?
I feel like it's just like I feel like it's just Jewish people like doing the bad things.
Is today like anti-Semite
What
day?
is going on today?
Is
Wait,
to
wait, 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 wait. Let me explain. Let me explain. Let me
Benny,
explain though.
I didn't go
Let
live
me
tonight,
explain,
so you're getting what I normally get. This is my normal
bro.
Tuesday or
Whoa,
Wednesday.
wait.
I mean, don't
Yo,
get me
let me
wrong.
explain.
I'll
Let
deal
yo,
with an
Benny.
anti-Semite.
No, bro. I love Jewish people, bro.
But you just blamed them for everything bad.
No, but I meant like no, I think it's like I meant like they're powerful people.
Do you think that all Jewish people are the most powerful people in this country?
No, but I meant that like often the powerful people are Jewish.
Can you
That's what I
name
meant.
can you
Sorry,
name
bro.
somebody like that you
Probably my
know?
brother. My brother.
Your brother is Jewish?
Yeah. Yes.
It Who's your brother?
His
I
name is
you
Hugo.
you don't have to. Okay. And does Hugo like own a controlling
No,
like
I mean
share of
he's not
of the
powerful, but he's
country's.
Jewish.
Okay.
I mean, being for like, I mean, bro is chill. He just converted to Judaism, bro, because he had like his wife and shit, and then he converted and he became Jewish. But what I mean is, sorry, bro. I said it. I started off in the with the wrong thing, bro. What I
Okay.
meant is, I feel like both parties are like financed by the same thing, bro. Like the same powerful people. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So either
the the Jewish community controls the money in the country and in the world. Is that
yeah, I would say that for real. That
I would
Jewish
say
people be
that
doing that, bro.
that's a false narrative that you've been fed. Uh,
By who?
by probably some anti-Semitic podcasters, or Kanye West, maybe, who actually just came out saying that his anti-Semitism he now blames on the car wreck that he got in that broke his jaw. So he can't be to blame. I say that if you are saying hurtful things against people, it doesn't matter if you have, like a car wreck or anything. It's still hurtful. So beyond that, uh, I would like just some facts, I guess. Like you said, okay,
I
so
mean,
there's
let
money
me
in
get ChatGPT
politics.
real
I
quick.
would agree that we need to take money in corporate interest out of politics. Now, I don't think that the Jewish folk own all corporations.
Yeah, me
So,
neither, bro.
but so where did that like Jewish thing come from? Like, did you just mean like rich people and it just came out as Jews, or
Yeah, I would say that, bro. The thing is, I've been like looking at TikToks all day, bro, and they're all saying the same thing. That it's like Jewish people doing the bad things, bro.
yeah, it sounds to me like you've gone down the like alt-right pipeline as far as like how your algorithm goes. Like, do you also have like a bunch of like weird conspiracy, like is Kid A's Everything in Its Right Place playing behind every single video? The song that's like doom 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 doom, and it's all like creepy sounding. Or there's
No,
another one that's all creepy sounding, and they're like, "Do aliens like? Did they create the pyramids? Like, do you have those videos playing too? Because that's like,
I usually just get like far right stuff and then just like gay stuff as well. I don't even know why, bro. Like,
well,
I mean, it's not bad. Like, I don't have anything against gay people, but I just get that in my TikTok all the time.
there's a reason why people's algorithms show them certain things. If you hang
Probably,
around
bro.
on like a live of like a shirtless guy, you might get pushed to more lives with
Yeah, I
shirtless
know. The thing
guys.
is, like, I like low key. I've never tried it, but I mean, I'm not against it because some guys
Okay,
be looking hard and shit, bro. But
agreed.
okay, so
There's good there's
going
good
back to
looking
the
guys out there.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So what I want to say is that like I feel like both parties are like financed by the same thing, but of course they have like their differences and stuff, and you cannot like just like I mean, of course, like I feel like the party that is like in the government right now,
Hmm.
I feel like they're low-key trolling, bro, with like the eyes and everything. I feel like that's like bad, bro. But I
Eyes.
also
What do you
think that
mean? What do you mean by eyes? Can you like
like the
expand?
raids and like getting the people like they're like aliens or like animals, bro, and then killing people. That's actually bad as hell, bro. I don't like that, bro. But
Oh,
then
I thought
like
you might
Donald
have been
Trump,
talking about like where they took a picture of a lady and they like used an AI filter to change her face. I thought that's what you meant, but no, you mean like aliens?
bro. No, I mean like ice,
Like the
bro.
lizard people like clips where they like blink their eyes and the artifacting because it's like from a terrible digital camera makes it look like they might have like lizard like another set of eyelids.
No, bro. I meant like ice, like
Oh,
the guys like
ICE,
following the
ICE, like
immigrants.
immigration.
Yeah,
Enforcement.
yeah, yeah, that's what I meant. I'm tripping, bro. Sorry, bro. Yeah,
Okay,
I meant
and
that.
you mean aliens as in like undocumented immigrants?
Yeah, yeah. I feel like
Got
they're like,
you.
yeah,
Okay. Sorry, we just kind of went down like some weird paths there. We're like in
yeah, like
anti-Semitism
Jewish
land.
people and like gay and shit. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know. Sorry, bro. So I just want to say that like I feel like Donald Trump right now. I don't even know if you're left or right, bro. But either way, I'm gonna respect you because you're a good looking dude and everyone deserves respect, bro. But I just want to say that like I feel like Trump right now. I feel like bro is trolling because
Oh
I mean
yeah.
I mean I feel
I
like
don't even
some things.
know if he's like all there, right? Like I think he's just
Yeah,
kind of winging it. He what does he call
yeah.
it? He calls it his weave, where he just kind of like goes from one random thought to the next. And I think that that's probably
Mm,
how he's like leading, which is very much you know, swayed by Stephen Miller or, you know, other members of his cabinet that
yeah.
kind of tell him what to think and make it think that it was his idea when it was really theirs.
Yeah. I get that's yeah. That's probably true, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I would agree
I
with
feel
that.
like yeah.
I would have a suggestion for you. Drop like ever saying like blaming like Jews for like anything. You can maybe blame them for like the Old Testament. That's fine. But like beyond
Did they
that,
do it?
it comes off as like ignorant. So like if you really
Oh,
want to
okay.
be like taken like, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I just mean like if you want to be taken seriously, uh like coming on to a live and just like generalizing a whole group of people is not the way to do it.
Oh, okay. I
That
just
would
want
be
to say
like
one
me
thing.
coming on a live and being like, you know, all people that wear glasses are, you know, pretty much not worth it. Like they should all just be murdered because they have bad eyesight. You know, it's just like
Yeah,
what did this guy just
yeah.
say?
I
So
just want to say one thing.
mhm.
I don't know why people in the chat are lying because I mean Jennifer here, she's saying I have 0 followers and I don't have 0 followers. So I don't know what her problem is for real. So I don't know if she wants to come up here and say it to my face or something,
Is this your
but I don't
live?
play like that.
Okay. Well, you have a good day there, Daniel.
Yeah, see you,
Bye.
bro.
What the fuck, guys? What the fuck?
Dugal didn't go live, and Justin's not going live, so the
You're getting
world
all our
knows.
runoff.
What the fuck?
This is like my normal Tuesday and Wednesday. I get anti-Semites on both nights
I could deal
all
with
the time.
anti-Semites. I just can't deal with idiots. You know, like, and I'm not saying that
What do you
anti-Semites
think an
aren't.
anti-Semite is? They're usually idiots.
I mean, some of them actually have like points, like that. Not saying that their points are true, but they actually have like a point, you know, to like present. But that guy didn't have anything. I don't know if he even knows what Jewish means. Like, I think he just
Probably
meant
don't.
like rich people.
He
Thanks,
might
Scott.
genuinely have the two groups confused.
And Minitro, I don't hate the visually impaired. I am one of the visually impaired. But you know what? You can be a member of a group and still exhibit hate for that group. So yeah, it's true. You can be a racist black person. You can be an anti-Semitic Jew. You can be a homophobic gay.
We've met one today.
He was about to come out, Monteep. Yeah, your algorithm. I've heard of that, like where TikTok has like gotten people to like realize that they're homo because it's like, oh, why is it showing me all these things? It's like, well, because
Groypers, Nick Fuentes followers. They went so far right, they hate women so much on the far right that they swung gay. So
I know you were joking, Minnie.
Honestly, though, Dugal, it's the most beautiful story when you think about it that way.
too bad it comes with racism and anti-Semitism.
You just ignore that part.
As they do.
Yeah, I think that it's like making up for their denial or something. Like, just live your truth. You know, if you're an anti-Semite and you hold this hate, put it out there. You know, like wear it on the front. Don't hide it. You know, like
Let us know. Wear it
let
on the
us
front.
know.
Maybe
Yeah,
like
make
a
it
star.
make it easier. Be like the guys that actually just came on today on this live and make it very easy for me to like figure you out because yikes. I don't like to play the beat around the bush and be like, are you anti-Semitic? I don't like that game.
What kills me is when they say that they're all the rich people or Jewish people. I asked for proof of this, and they can give me a few names. Yeah, of course. There's going to be some rich Jewish people,
Right.
but like,
It's a
not
false
all.
narrative.
They don't control all the money. Like that's just
No.
That's just ridiculous.
No,
They
that's
think that because Jewish people oftentimes were only allowed to have like certain jobs after World War II and stuff.
well, and there's a
Usually they went
stereotype.
into banking,
Right.
so it became a stereotype. They don't control the money. Y'all are nuts.
Yeah,
Like,
and I do
find
want to
me
say
proof
this.
they actually control the money.
I want to say this right now. Hot take: cancel Harry Potter. We're over it, guys. Gringotts, like the whatever, like goblins or whatever at Gringotts is like the most stereotypical like anti-Semitic thing I've ever seen. Not to mention the like the slavery like allegory with like the house elves and everything. Yeah, I'm done with Harry Potter. Canceled. And I loved Harry Potter. I loved it. I loved him.
Dugald, what you got to start doing when they, say that thing and start poorly listing off Jewish people that are rich, just start listing off the number of rich white men.
Well, my platform change actually does address that type of scenario. I am going to just, I'm done with opinions, right? Like, opinions just anymore annoy me. Everybody's got them, and they're usually always wrong about facts. So, once I get my second monitor and I can do multi-stream, I'm going to kind of be able to have a more interactive background. So it's going to address a lot of that by asking them questions specifically, why this, why that, and then we're going to look things up as they make claims so that there's no opinions. We're going to look it up right together on the screen together. We're going to look things up, and we're going to learn. It's a learn with me, basically.
It'll be interesting.
So you can make all the claims you want, but I'm going to pull them up right in front of you, and we're going to look at it together and research it.
I didn't
And if it don't yield what you're telling me, then you're in trouble.
The way that we all already know they're still going to deny it is, yeah.
Well, at least I get to walk them through it, and they look like idiots afterward.
Oh yeah, that's fun for me.
Yeah, I need to jump in on some of your more like I just haven't even been on TikTok. I'm not gonna lie, guys. Like I like kind of got a little burnt out, but it was also like I knew that if I would watch TikTok, I would want to like jump back in, so I had to kind of stop myself so I didn't get caught up on things because I like every day I have like 4 like hospital calls, like trying to set up appointments and stuff. And it's just like,
Yeah.
But anyways, that's where I've been, and I'm excited for your new format of your show, Dugald. Everybody,
I am
follow
too.
Dugald.
I just need another monitor because it's really hard to work any of this stuff without being able to see it at the same time. So, and the monitor I need is a little bit bigger, so it's costs a lot. So
yeah, yeah. There's not much like I was gonna say like you could kind of find like cheaper monitors at like Sam's Club or something. I think I bought like 2 Samsung. They're pretty good monitors for like $100 each.
I have a Costco membership. I'll go check them out. What I need is just one that's longer, so that basically I need to be able to see TikTok Live, YouTube, and OBS, and the shit I'm looking up. And right now, one monitor just does not cut that.
Yeah, I don't know. Hold on. Never mind. Never mind on that. I might have just broke my camera.
Uh-oh. You did freeze.
Don't worry about that. Can you still hear me?
Yes, we can still hear you.
I was trying to show my setup, but my camera does not go that far.
At least you're smiling in the frozen thing and not in like a really weird facial position, so that's good.
Yeah, I'm cute, at least. Oh no, everybody
You know
says.
you're the cutest.
Let me see if I can reset this here. Why is it still being all weird? Being all weird. Oh no, guys. Yeah, at least you guys can hear me. Hold on. I'm just gonna unplug and plug back in. Might take a second. I'm running this camera through like 3 different programs too. So it takes a second for it to kick back on. I also might have to find it on. Let's see. There's that camera. I can just do that.
There you are.
No, you're not gonna have. No, I don't want that one.
So you can't see the background now, but oh, there.
Yeah, there we go. I just have to do
It
a
just
little
looks like
zooming
you
out and
have
stuff.
like a reverse cone head. You have a flat head.
Yeah, this camera, I don't have much space. So let me zoom out. There we go.
There we go.
That's much better.
Sorry, y'all. Technical
Although now your
difficulties.
request up is covering your eyes like you're censored.
I know. Well, that was more of an artistic statement that I was trying to make. You know, like justice is blind.
I figured it was just your eyes are just too beautiful that it is not safe to.
Are you kidding me? Have you seen my eyes? I have like the beadiest, like brown eyes, like the brownest eyes ever.
That's all I got is brown eyes.
I mean, I like them. I like beady eyes. I actually like. I think that people with brown eyes are actually really, really cute. But they're not like blue or electric blue or hazel or, you know, those kind of things. Some people's eyes change color with the light.
Yeah, my dad's does.
I wish.
His change with his mood almost. It's
Now,
weird.
I really wish with
Jason's
that.
change with the light too. They're either like the brightest blue you've ever seen, or like gray.
It's like my dad's. His does
Those
either
are so cool.
like a greenish color, blue, or gray.
Mm-hmm.
Well, since he's gotten older, it stays around its bluer tones, but it used to change a lot more often than it does now. But he's blind in one eye now, so I don't. That probably has a little bit to do with it.
All right. Well, I'm gonna do one quick like change up of the background. If we don't get anything, I might close it down. Let's see. We could just do like, do you support ICE and why? Or I could do a religious one, but I kind of don't want to get into that since this has all been kind of political today. Even though I did get into objective reality with that dum earlier. Like, are your morals? Where do your morals come from?
Ugh.
I hate that. It doesn't matter.
I need to put out feelers. I need 3 co-hosts for the I can't remember, either first Saturday or second Saturday of February. I want to do a gay community call-in where we kind of start talking about the internal transphobia and racism that is really rampant. Because in order for us to be a real community and move forward, we gotta deal with that shit. So I need to find. I would like to find a lesbian, a trans person of both genders, so a trans man and a trans woman, myself, and if I can, a bi person. So it'll be a 4-panel plus me, and then we just talk to the rest of the community together.
Well, you've got 2 friendly buys right here.
Right. I do identify as bi/pan.
Okay.
Same. And I would, I have no idea if he would be available, but I would love to suggest our very own Nick Graves.
Yeah, Nick.
Well, I would like to get some people of color. That's
yeah.
what my preference would be there, because if we're going to deal with racism in the community, we can't have a bunch of white people being the only ones talking about it.
I think Nick could still be an interesting poll in that respect, as Nick is somebody who is very open about being very racist at one point in his life before learning, and now is an advocate. So it could be an interesting perspective. No idea if he would be available, or I'm sure he would be interested, but.
All right.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I'll make an announcement both on my Discord and if Benny, if you allow me, one on the
You can make an announcement.
Econ Discord, and I'll see who would be interested, and I'll just take a pick from there. As long as I can vary it up, I would like to have some people of color in there just for that intersectionality that we need to have.
Absolutely.
Somebody just asked on the YouTube chat. Their name is Enchanted Cuts AI. Would you rather be Jewish or black if you had to? I think that asking that question is disgusting. I don't care like if I were Jewish or black. I don't think I would rather be either. Like it doesn't matter to me.
It's not a comparison. Why are we comparing?
Yeah. Like
minority stories.
Are you trying to say that like Jewish people have it easier? I don't get it. Like when it comes to like the oppression Olympics, everybody loses, right? Unless you're like a hetero white man, then yeah, you've lost.
Right.
And I don't think that they're going to be the winners like for much longer. So
depending on how all this plays out, right now I'm still saying that black people and gay people in America are the ones who have had the most, if you want to go that route. But I'm not going to say it's like a comparable thing because every situation is different. There's no real way to say most if that's what they're trying to do. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like I can point to like a whole bunch of horrific shit that's happened to every community and like there be more than others, like actual quantity wise, but I don't think there's anything worse than, you know what I mean? Like it's not an even slate across the board, but it's not a comparison either.
You know, it is interesting though. Like I mean, being a card carrying homo or whatever, in my city, I worked in real estate, and I spoke to a lot of people that own a lot of private real estate, and like, you know, housing and stuff like that. And a lot of them are gay. A lot of people that have a lot of power are gay. I'm just going to say it. I'm not going to say that most of them are. I'm just going to say there's a lot. A lot of people don't realize that. Peter Thiel has a lot of power, and he's gay.
Yeah, but that's because he can hide behind his whiteness, and he doesn't have to display his
and
gayness.
his like Christianity. Like he tries to pull this whole like antichrist narrative of like we need to do everything that he says, so the end of the world doesn't happen or something. And it's like, dude,
he's the sheep dressed up as a wolf.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is, trying to pretend like he can run with the pack, and it's eventually he's going to realize he's going to slip up once, and then they're going to turn on him.
At first they came for the socialists, then they came for, you know, and so on and so forth.
And the only reason he has those Christian conservatives views is because it's made him so much money.
Yeah. I don't know though. Like I don't really know too much about Peter Thiel. I just know that he's gay and that he's very powerful. And that he basically got JD Vance where he is, which makes me wonder if JD Vance is even fully straight. Oh, thank you, Grandma.
Well, let's remember that Mustache Man's right-hand man was Jewish.
That's true. That is true. I mean, yeah, and like, yeah, you can be part of the people that you do not like.
We have people like Trans for Trump and Log Cabin Gays, so
make that make sense. Or the Gays for Groomers. I like that. Those guys are trolls.
Yeah,
like what are the mothers? Oh, they are like taking over all the school districts.
Oh, the Moms for Liberty?
Moms for Liberty.
Formerly known as the Daughters of the Confederacy?
Yes. They work with those like Gays Against Groomers. And it's like, is there a single actual like gay person on here? I don't I don't know if there is. Because it doesn't sound like it. I mean, I don't know how you could even draw the line on like LGB and then like cross off the T and the Q. Like, I don't understand where people's reasoning or logic is behind that.
That's why I want to talk to other community members about this stuff. The transphobia
Yeah,
and the
it's
racism
interesting.
is insane in the gay community. I don't understand it at all.
Yeah, I have. Okay, so I don't. Do you have Facebook? Like, I have a lot of, you know,
I used to.
a lot of
Once
the
the meta
boys,
shit happened, I deleted it.
a lot of the boys that like boys are like Facebook friends with each other or Instagram friends with each other. Like, it's a small world out there, people.
Yeah, the same homos are on sniffies too. Whatever.
Those are the DL guys, but
that's the same people we're talking about, though.
Well, more of the open ones. I'm always seeing screenshots of other people's Facebooks, and they're like, I have 137 mutuals with this like transphobic guy that likes another guy. And it just blows my mind every time I see stuff like that, where it's like, what? How and why? But like they're also like huge fans of like, and don't get me wrong, drag is not the same as trans, but like, you know, when it comes to gender, I don't like, it's just not an issue to me. If you identify a certain way, then so be it.
What's funny is that they don't, those who oppose it, they don't think about this logically. We have things like chimerism, where you have two sets of different people's DNA in one body.
Right.
We have all manner of I don't know the right word for it because I don't like any of the current terms for it, like abnormalities or disorders, or I don't like those terms because they're just
conditions.
Yeah, there's all kinds of conditions that highlight that this is not a perfect running genetic machine that we got going here. This reproductive life of a human being, like things aren't always going to turn out to be the cookie cutter thing that you think. Like the idea that somebody can develop a male body, for example, but have a female coded, structured, and chemically ran brain is so far left field, but they can believe any other disease, any other disorder, any other condition, any other abnormality, non-typical whatever thing that we come up with, but or that we will not come up with that, but that exists or that we find or that we discover, but they can't wrap their head around that one thing, this one thing, being trans.
Yeah,
like I don't understand why it's so difficult to get.
Yeah, you're hitting it like completely on the head for me. Oh, I don't want to do that. Sorry, I'm trying to fix. I look very like whitewashed out. Not whitewashed, but like my forehead looks like the sun right now. I promise it doesn't always. It's just this light is very cheap that I have, and
I have a very argument. The best argument you can make against a transphobe is if we took your brain and we placed it in another person's body, would you not still be you? So if I put your brain inside a woman's body, would you not still be the gender you were in your old body?
Right. Would you still be interested in other women? Would you still be into sports, if you will, or I'm not saying that
whatever the thing is that you are for that gender.
Yeah, whatever you consider.
Would you not still have that same identity about yourself? Yeah, exactly.
Sort of look like Gunjack from Tekken 3. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment, but I will. Let's see. I don't know how to turn down so the way that I have this set up is I have everything running through OBS, and then I do the virtual camera, and then I bring the virtual camera over to TikTok. So I should be able to just like adjust it somehow on like my camera settings or something. Sorry, I'm just speaking out loud. Don't anybody there. Does that look a little better?
Yeah.
Yay.
It's a lot better.
Oh my god, it was like bothering me. I was like, gosh, I look like I'm glowing.
I was getting concerned that you weren't actually human and this was not Betty.
it was a little scary there. Sorry, everybody. Yeah, it probably
Don't
happened
walk
when
toward the
I.
light, Benny. Don't walk toward it. Stay here.
I just needed to figure out my white balance. That seems like, I mean, amen though, right? Like,
Right.
I think all
Don't
white
we
people
all?
need to figure out their white balance. All right. Well, guys, I don't think that there's any other guests that are going to come on, so I'm about to call it a wrap. I've had a great time. Interesting guests today. I probably will go live again tomorrow. Same hours, usually around like 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. or 7, depending on how the guests go. But yeah, we want to keep this going. We want to make sure that the Deconstruction Junction Discord and YouTube page are, getting action and people, and that we're getting viewers so we can help out people. Because some of the money that we get from the ad revenue on that page, actually all of the money that comes from it, we donate over to Justin's his whatchamacallit, a nonprofit that he started up called the DZ Foundation. That way we can do things like in our Discord, we actually have a program that's been running since Thanksgiving, where we buy $40 gift cards for anybody that signs up, and we send you a digital gift card to Walmart to help with things like, whatever you may need from Walmart. It doesn't have to be for groceries or anything. It actually started out for just a Thanksgiving dinner. But yeah, as long as we have the money, if we can get more money, we'll make it more than $40. But right now we just have $40 gift cards that we give out. It's called the Season of Reason over in the Discord. You can find the Discord at discord.gg/deconjct. Which is short for Deconstruction Junction, which is the Discord that I created as a fan of like Justin and some of these debaters that are very popular now, like Joel and Mezzo and Thinker, and there's just so many. I can't even I can't even Crystal J. Some of them I have, went on to do other things. I used to always like name drop Christina Carroll, but she's kind of doing her own thing now. So yeah, and if you're interested in joining as like a creator, we do have a ticket system in there, so we can platform you, put you on with the bots. Oh yeah, Trust but Verify. He's a really good one, actually. I really like Trust.
And we just
Volcy.
over 6,000 members.
Yeah, we just hit over 6,000, which is wild. Last year, around the beginning of the year, we were at like 1,000 people. Yeah, Forrest Valkai. We have like Dr. Blitz with us. We have all kinds of people that are
the
in
Discord
there.
announce me anymore? I don't remember.
It should. If it doesn't, then I need to go like check it and see if like the bots being weird. Like I said, I haven't really been in on the Discord lately, so there's going to be a little bit of cleaning up that I'll have to do, like with bots, and maybe like getting some people that were being pushed off of there, because I think it's clogging the bots up and they don't even go live anymore. So yeah, there's a lot of back end stuff that goes on. Liz knows. You know too, Dugald. Like, you run your own Discord. Everybody, yeah. Dugald also runs a Discord that is more about mutual aid and activism. And I do recommend. I believe that in his link tree over here on TikTok, you should be able to get to that Discord. If not, you can always message me either through Discord or any other means. And we can get you those links. We do feature his links over on our Discord as a partner. So yeah. Yeah. Is Trust but Verify on, Lilith? Do you know how to put a redirect on? Otherwise, I can try and go in there and do it myself before I go off. Let's see. But if you're already on it, then I will let you do it. Oh yeah, you did it. Thank you, Lilith. You're amazing. So yeah, once this closes off, just people watching on YouTube, stick around, because you're gonna be sent over to Trust but Verify. You can tell them, hey, Benny sent you, And yeah, sends his love. So thank you guys for everything you do. Don't be anti-Semites. Stop listening to Nick Fuentes, and maybe don't run for mayor of Tel Aviv. Especially if you don't even know your own like platform, let alone history. With that all being said, take care. I'll be on around the same time tomorrow. So, and bye Dugald, and bye Liz, and thank you for coming and being on here with me.
Bye. We
Thanks
miss
for having me.
you.
Bye. It's hump day dump day too with Joel. Okay, bye.